Listen, listen, listen. Welcome to Monday Night Tour Ramblings, where I will ramble on for I really don't know because I have no slides today because I don't care. It's the end of the year. It is the last show of the year, and yes, it falls on my birthday. Um, I thought about taking the day off. The mean man, 3-star draw said you cannot take your 50th birthday off when it's on your day that you do streams. So the mean man made me do it, just like the mean man made me go into work today. Um, Actually, as you know, I pretty much do whatever the hell I want. Uh, anyway, thank you guys all for joining me. I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate. I don't care. If you don't celebrate either, you don't celebrate anything. I hope you just had maybe a good couple days off. To the people that did celebrate, hopefully you guys got some stuff that you enjoy. I don't really get a lot for Christmas per se. That really has to do with toy. I buy everything that I need, everything that I want. My ex has yelled at me for years. When we were together about, you know, um, stop buying your stuff during your, my birthday's right after Christmas. So, stop buying your stuff before Christmas. I don't have anything to buy you. And like, you're fucking going to go to BBS and then order the latest Gamerverse, Marvel Legends 2-pack come on, like, you're not going to do that. You're going to give me something else. You're going to get me a couple shirts. That's normally what I get. But I did get a couple pretty cool things that we'll get into. But anyway, other than that, I took down almost all my Christmas decorations. I forgot to take my snowman down. I realized that I missed it when I was sitting there. I'm like, oh, hey, I forgot to bring those in or bring those down. So I will be finishing that up. It was odd because my ex had come to pick up my son to take him to physical therapy. And she's like, why'd you take everything down already? I'm like, because I need to clean up the downstairs because everything is stored in the basement, which I just spent weeks demolishing, trying to get it so I can have my gym set up, have my review section set up, and now it's just full of toys again because I had to remove them from where the Christmas decorations go. But let's quickly, it seems like it's been a while. I don't always get these. I'm not one of those channels, but
here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Shark Eyes with the $2 super chat saying half century hallelujah milestone. Oh, I'm sorry, hell of a milestone. Happy birthday, mate. And for that, you also get the I love that. And then we have this one right here. Troy, believe it. I think I got it right. Became a new channel member. So you get the
welcome to the creamery.
So thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated. And look, here comes Tony with the member for 27 months. You get the
fucking Phil Collins.
Sometimes it sounds really bad. The way that it's said, if you read into it wrong. So anyway, yeah, again, my work's been totally messed up because it was 2 days, before Christmas. It was, we worked, I had, the weekend off, 2 days off, work 2 days, 2 days off, 1 day, 2 days for the weekend, 2 days on again.
Someone is at front door.
Someone's at my front door. Why is someone at my front door? Oh my goodness gracious me. I have to have someone go let my neighbor in. Hold on 1 second. I don't know what my neighbor wants. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Everyone's now loud and everyone wants to scream. Hold on 1 second. All right, Roman. There you go. Go out. Do whatever you're going to do. Make noise. Be loud. All right. This is starting off absolutely amazing. Anyway, let's say hi to the chat because I have a lot to. I guess I don't have a lot to talk about, but I have stuff to definitely discuss. Anyway, quickly we start with the Choo Choo Boilo. That's it, speaking moistly. We have the GI Bro, the guy with the best guns in the community. We have one of my moderators, Matthew, saying happy birthday, Frosty lives. Brick something is here. Man, who's jumping in here? We have Snow Wolf. We have Snake saying hello, Punk and chat. Hoping everyone is having a great holiday season. Same time, toys. Thank you very much. I'm just saying that. We'll get into that in a second. Cooter's Garage is here. And let's see, who else do we have? We have U.S. Combat Dojo. David R. has joined us. Beardy McBeardison saying last year, for my birthday, I took the day off and went to the movies by myself for the first time ever.
I need a boost in the window.
I will be right back because my neighbor is locked out of her house again. So I will be right back. I'm going to play something for a short bit. What do I have? This is the longest thing I will play.
And now back to Cobra News Now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have received word that our field correspondent, Scrap Iron, is on scene at Mars Industries, and he has interviewed a few eyewitnesses and forwarded those statements over to us as he tries to get closer for a better vantage point on the fire. So let's take a listen to these eyewitness statements and see if we can discover what has happened here tonight.
All right, so I'm out here just ripping this mini ramp that's made by Mars Industries. Don't ask, I don't understand why they sponsored it. But anyway, I hear this huge explosion, and I hear all these people yelling and screaming that this thing's on fire, and they tell me to call 911, so I call 911. We got the ESU police here, and we got the firefighters, and wait a minute, don't you work for Mars Industry and the Iron Grenadiers too?
Oh yeah, that's a wicked fire, eh? Good bonfire for burning the moose on. Kind of reminds me, it reminds me of the one that we did at Justin Bieber every year at Stratford Festival. Just as much smoke, big flame. We do that to keep Sasquatch away. What'd you do yours for, eh?
Yeah, how you doing? I was walking down the street, hanging out, minding my own business. About to sit down on the park bench here and just enjoy my meal here. I got a nice little delicious lunch made by my wife, my lovely wife. She's a great cook. Sometimes not the best, but listen. We all suffice, right? And I'm sitting here on the bench about to open up my lunch box after a long day of working with construction workers. If you haven't noticed, I got this hard hat on, right? And I'm sitting here chilling, and next thing you know, I smell burning. And I go, what is that? And then the explosion, the loud, boom! I'm like, oh, what the hell was that? What's going on here? You sound like Aaron Judge cracked a home run. I'm freaking out. I look up, and Mars Industries is on fire. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? The building just blew up. It's on fire now. And no one can have any answers. Nobody has any answers. Next thing you know, the fire shows up, the cops show up, nobody knows what's going on, but damn things for sure, that building blew up. Now listen, I ain't no conspiracy theorist, but I'll tell you this, the owner of that building, he wears a metal helmet. Who's wearing a metal helmet? Just to do business. Something don't smell right, you understand what I'm saying? That building, that was an inside job. You can quote me on that. Thank you for having me on the news. I've never been on the news before. This is fantastic. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And before we go, I want to shout out some people. My man Shane, my man Woody, my man Mike. I appreciate you all. Take it easy, guys. I appreciate you. I'm on the freaking news right now. This is fantastic.
Well, that was certainly something. So let's see if we can check back in with Scrap Iron and see if he's been able to locate Destro or the Baroness, find out the cause of this fire. Over to you, Scrap Iron. Scrap Iron. Scrap, are you there? Looks like we might be having some technical difficulties, and oh my God. Oh, I'm going to have to go over there now.
Seriously, don't do nice things for people, because then they want it all the time. I swear. I don't even want to get into this. My neighbor got a new door. It doesn't work. A new door lock. She was supposed to have it replaced. Hasn't yet. I said I hook an old lock up. like an old door lock. And no, they're coming. They're coming. This was like 2 weeks ago. This is twice now that I've had to lift my son up into her house to go through her window. Dude, it's like 15 degrees out right now. So aggravating. Anyway, where was I at? I was talking to Beardy McPherson saying last year for my birthday, I took the day off and went to the movies by myself for the first time ever. I love going to the movies by myself. At least I used to. I was apprehensive, but I really enjoyed it and will probably make it an annual thing. I don't know why people think going to the movies is weird. You're not talking to anyone when you go. So I went and saw Star Trek First Contact, and I absolutely loved it because I wasn't going to talk to anyone. Anyway, Patrick Strauckel is here. We have Mr. Iceman. Did I get that? Mr. Iceman SP, whatever the SP is. Ultra matches here. We have Tony's fake saying happy birthday again. There we have Crooking with Eric has joined us. I can only imagine how many people there probably are. Nolan, which makes us ToyTube official. US Combat Dojo. We have Damon Knight jumping in here. We have Rebecca Black saying, hey, Lawrence and chat, happy birthday, Punk. We have the crusty old crow. I don't know if you're actually the crusty one. We have Checkpoint Alpha saying, Merry Christmas, bud. Great to see you. I see you all over the place. Always shouting out these battlegrounds and Shark Eyes. I like a shout out every now and then. Ronnie Trickshot saying, good day, Punk. You were wearing the cap in the photo of you in Worcester at Viper Island, slapped up everywhere this week. Yeah, I guess I'll have to address that. A Checkpoint saying happy New Year's as well. Let's see what else is there. Did I say hi to Machine Man? It seems like it was so long ago that I was saying hi to everyone. I don't know. There's Action Things. I know I did not say hi to my other moderator. Jumping in here, we have Evil Dookie here. We have 3-Star Drawl, who I have to say thank you to also. We're going to get into that in 1 cent. And let's see here. Troy Belief says, been watching for about a year or more. New member to the Punkverse, and you pronounced my last name right after a lifetime of being pronounced wrong. Wait, how the fuck did I say it? Now I have to go back and watch it again. Troy Beliefert? Now I have to go back and watch it. Matthew's probably already cut it for me and sent it over to me, going, dude, you said it right. This is how you say it. Clinton Jorgensen has joined us. Is there anyone else? We have Dave's Dimension jumping in here. And then we have this guy, Graph. Ooh, I got a beef to pick with this guy right here. It's me. Woo! Hail, my favorite toxic G.I. Joe YouTuber. Yeah, we're gonna talk about something, and you know, that guy is not on my good list right now. We'll just say that. Is there anyone else? Let's see here. I think we pretty much said hi to everyone. Let's see. SES Dog is joining us. We have MCR Mazda jumping in here. HK Viper. We're going to have to call that a day unless if I see someone really quickly. Terrence is next. Toys jumping in. Happy New Year, Punk. And the Bees Battleground also. All right. I think we got everyone. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Look at this. Retro Cap saying happy birthday. I don't feel like I've ever seen you before. I probably have, but you know what? That's okay because I like this.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta understand, man. I never even saw these assholes before.
All right, and let's hit it again.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Troy Beliefert saying exactly that pronunciation. Happy birthday and thanks for the hours of entertainment every week. Dude, honest to God, thank you so much for watching. Thank all of you. Again, 60 people watching me on a Monday. And I have no slides. But again, there hasn't been much toy news. Now we're going to get into some of the stuff that's been, I guess, not said about me, but insinuated about me. But before we do, I got to talk about some other things that people do. And it's things, people leave such rude comments on Facebook or on YouTube, I mean. And this one goes back to my Masters of the Universe Origins Trap Jaw, the mini comic review. Now, this was done on October 11th of 2022, and this jerk off comes in saying, "What an amazing review! I look forward to your future reviews and coverage of Motu on your live streams." That was some graph. Honest to God, dude, I had to go see what video it was because it doesn't always pop up. And I'm like, dude, what is this? Like, honest to God, Graph, you fucking made me laugh. I'm not saying that it's hard to make me laugh, but you definitely, you hit a really soft spot there. I laughed my ass off. That's the type of thing that this community is so good at. People you've never met that just throw little things out like that for no reason, knowing that, hey, I'm gonna see the joke, I'm gonna laugh. Look, here he is right here. I love you. Seriously, like, honestly, God, it truly made my day. I just, the fact that I remembered how many comments, I'm like, I'm gonna read this, and I just, Monday comes, I totally forget. Not this one at all. Because it was funny. You pick some old random, I'm like, first off, when I first, like, it just kind of populates. I'm like, what the hell? This is like, and I'm like, well, I barely even, oh, it's Graph.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
And Chuck Point Alpha with the $4.99 super chat saying, happy birthday. Thank you very much. It means the world to me. Paul Morales jumping in here. All right. So, a couple things. First off, for Christmas, I said, I don't really get a lot when it comes to toys, and I don't. And I'm okay with that because, let's be honest, look around me. I buy everything that I want. I don't expect my family to try and figure it out. But my daughter in California, my oldest, I don't collect Funko Pops. But this is actually one Funko Pops that I was looking for. And that is these little mini Funko Pops. So they come with the blind one. And of course, it comes with Soundwave. But I thought it was very appropriate that one of the little guys is Leatherneck, which some of you fools say I look like. And the other one on Christmas being Shipwreck. So I actually found that very comical, very fitting. Also has Zartan. How does B say it? He's in here right now. Floyd Williams jumping in here. And then we have Cal Shave. Sorry, I'm late. I was on the phone with my 96-year-old grandmother. She sent me some G.I. Joe money for Christmas. That is awesome. Who doesn't love G.I. Joe money? And I thought I saw, there he is, Woody 222, who was just on with David T. Allen. And David, if you're watching, listen, I only fuck with you because I like you. So I hope you don't take it the wrong way. I definitely, I enjoy chatting with you. And the whole thing about Joe Fest, it's comical, but I'm telling you right now, David, if you're listening, if you started off all your reviews like it's over the intercom, it would be your thing. People would laugh about it. I'm telling you right now. Did I say hi to Floyd Williams? I think that I did. If I didn't, I'm saying hi now. Anyway, 2. This is not a birthday gift. I want to say thank you to Shane, Same Time Toys. I received the leg. Look, there he is. But he's still going to have to hold his foot. Here's his broken leg. He's still going to have to hold his foot. Because let's be honest, he fell. It went boom. He's been standing on one leg. I know people have a hard time believing it. I've had him on one leg. I mentioned numerous times about Mutt right there, and then I've had that Xandar on one foot since I did those pictures like a month ago or so. So, you can get figures to stand on one foot other than Scarlett. Don't even try it. She's a fucking pain in the ass. G.I. Jetman jumping in and saying happy 50th birthday. Thank you. And then here's Baldy Locks Review. Yo, neighbor. Happy birthday, Punk, who I believe we have a stream tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. over there on on Baldy's channel for Circle of Jerks. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So I did get a birthday card this week, and I guess I was supposed to open it up on stream. I can't read. I don't know why this person would have thought that I would read the envelope, but I got this card. And as you can see, it is a dog as a doctor. Now, some of you might be able to try and figure out who it is, because there's one person that really, really likes the dogs. Anyway, so I open it up, and this is what I see. Happy 50th birthday, my friend. I hope it's awesome. Darren, right? But you see a sticker. Now it's taped onto it. So I peeled the little sticker off. And this is what this fucker does. He draws a little spider that says, "This is Tom, the birthday spider. Happy birthday, Lawrence. Don't kill me." Now, we all know why this started. All right, this goes back to that motherfucker Tripwire. Tripwire, thank you for lunch at Assembly Required. He's still on my shit list. But I found this ironic because the guy that did this here is an exterminator. Now, I don't know if he does spiders or arachnids, but he is an exterminator. So yeah, there is that. SCS dog jumping in here, member for 2 months, so you're gonna get a
Fucking Phil Collins.
all right. And then I got home from work today. Now, many of you know that I have a child that is she's in the business of making cards for birthdays, Father's Day, Mother's Day, stuff like that. Which I love, right? You can go buy me 100. You can go buy. I mean, the kids can go buy me 100 cards. I don't care how much they. It's so much cooler because she does this stuff. We've seen them in the past, right? She's done, Angel. She's done Angel. She's done. What was the other one? Aquaman. She does all these ones of things that we're doing. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I get this. And this goes back because we went to dinner, or went to an early dinner yesterday, and we're going to see a movie this week. And it was me, her, my son, and my ex. And I was talking really slow, like I'm at the DMV. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you can figure out what movie. So she comes out and she goes, "You got a letter. You got a letter from the Department of Motor Vehicles." And look what she does. She does my name. She does the barcode right across it right there. All right. She actually taped up this. She actually taped this up like an actual envelope. Hey, look, here's that asshole right here. There's Tripwire right there. Look, and Ed says, my birthday card from Olivia is still on my fridge, as it should be till next year when you get another one. Viper Scout jumping in here saying, flash 100-yard dash. All right. So this is what I open up. Happy birthday. And I don't remember what the guy's name is. 50th happy birthday, right? But on the bottom, what does it say? It says, happy birthday. And she was so proud. She drew it all freehand. I didn't trace it at all. And she said she knew I was on my way home, and she was trying to find my colored pencils. She has colored pencils. If she cleaned her room, she probably could find it. But anyway, I got that. I was going to show off Darren's no matter what. Thank you so much, Darren. Thank you, Olivia, obviously. Thank you to Same Time Toys for the leg. It has nothing to do with my birthday, but it's just appreciative for what you guys that you guys care enough, right? That you guys care enough to do something so minor, but it means a lot to these people that we get to know. So anyway, I did see Stiv Chom here, Ted Knight jumping in here. Whew. All right. So, Three Star says that's pretty good. Did she have to use a ruler or not? I didn't ask. I didn't ask if she had to use a ruler. That would have been really good. She would have been like, I don't know where it is. Jay Jetman says his Rattler is coming tomorrow. Wow. Todd C. I said I didn't think Punk looked like a sloth till now. I don't look anything like a sloth. Retrocap 305. That's awesome card, Punk. You love brother. Yeah. Listen, my daughter, she does wonderful things like this. She just, again, she does these weird things, and it's when sometimes people do things, they do it, and you can tell they don't really want to. She has this joy. Like I tell, she doesn't give a shit for the most part, right? She's a 16-year-old, almost 17. She doesn't care. You can't ask for anything more. You're like, listen, if it makes you happy, if you feel good wearing it, then you wear it, right? We're gonna make fun of you. Like this family, we're gonna make fun of you. And if you can't handle it, it's gonna be a long life with us. Ronnie says, hello, everyone that said hello to me. Love you all. All right. All right. So that was a couple of things that I was quickly talking about. I also got these are the types of things that I really, really like. So I didn't bring it up, and so I got like a couple little things, like a back scratcher. I got a new dust buster, which is like one of those things. Like, thank you, saves me from spending $35 on something I didn't want to. But my ex, it's for my kids or whatever, through my kids, whatever. She got me. It's a cloth banner, and it is of the first. I wrote it down here because I keep forgetting here. The first patent and the blueprint of the first skateboard that was ever, done, right? Which normally is not something I'm really into. Like, if someone gave me like an early old skateboard, I wouldn't care. I'm very modern, right? Like, I believe in evolution. Right? Like, the old skateboarding, I can watch it and I can enjoy it, but man, skateboarding has become something else. I don't want to ride old skateboards. I know there's a lot of other people do, but something like this is really cool because just like when it comes to, G.I. Joe or any Star Wars, everything came from somewhere. And I think like sometimes you really have to look and remember the history. And I absolutely, I love that, man. Like, it was really cool. I haven't really decided where I'm going to display it, whether it be in the living room, maybe downstairs. Eventually there'll be more shots of me downstairs and everything that I have all set up. So, but yeah, that was the other really cool thing. And again, it doesn't have to be something big or expensive. It's actually having some meaning and, going, okay, what does he like? And, I've had people that give me like skateboarding ornaments that they're just the cheesiest things in the world. And it means a lot, but they're just so bad. This thing was really cool. I was like super hyped on it. Like, looking at it, I'm like, this is really cool. Like, I normally don't get that excited over something like that. But it happened. All right. So not many videos have come out. I think the last video I did was of that big mean guy right there. Last modern review was of that Sentinel, which is still really awesome. Haven't really messed with it since it's been up there. I didn't do the GPS lot cape, but if you see right there, I did take a picture on Instagram. Thank you to Tony's Figs. He was the one that pointed out GPS lot and that Doctor Strange cape. Just a regular Doctor Strange Marvel Legends, but man, you put the cape on him, and it's like, I don't really need to upgrade at all. But this weekend, I dropped the cross country and the Havoc Classic review. But I kept hinting at it. And this was not originally timed. It was not originally timed to be the 40th anniversary. But I still have the whole list of the G.I. Joe Real American Hero figures that I have. And I had the dates of when they were going to come, right? Like when I was going to do them. But I got so behind. I got, had to go out of town for work. I had all those reviews that I was doing. The Punkathon came. There was so much stuff that kept happening that I ran out of time to get to them. And again, I just like to have some of my own time. And so then I sat down and I didn't have anything and I started doing them and I realized that it was the 40th anniversary, not the 40th anniversary of the USS Flag, but the 40th anniversary on Christmas of me getting it. And I thought, I know everyone hates the story. You don't hate the story. You love the 8 Shipwreck story. But I said, what's a better time than now to sit down and kind of recreate it in front of the Christmas tree? Walk down the steps. Thank you to Olivia for her awesome camera skills. For some odd reason, the mic didn't pick up. So I actually had to boost up the sound. I don't know why, but it didn't. And I did not find the picture of the USS Flag that I had on Christmas morning that I recently posted before I did the video. Or else I would have incorporated that into When You Turn. But I thought this was like the perfect timing. Like, the fact that I forgot about, or not forgot, but I got away from doing them because I had so many other things to do. I thought, you know what, this is the perfect time to do it. And I got the drop. Who would have thought that 40 years later, this USS Flag story would be so integral into this channel, to who I am when it comes to a YouTuber, a toy tuber. The fact that my moderator, Ed, absolutely hates the story. I'm going to have to tell him for sure. I don't even know if I told him in person. I think I got to tell him in person. This is not true. I have grown. I just didn't grow very much. Mentally, Graf, you may be right. Todd C says, who celebrates the anniversary of receiving a USS Flag? Only Punk. I just thought it was perfect, right? And I dropped Keel Haul. Again, if you couldn't figure out on Christmas Eve when Keel Haul came out what was coming next, that I can't help you. Tell me at 4 a.m. at Joe Fest. When we're both completely slap happy. And I should probably do it. I should probably tell the story as I'm doing the walkthrough for Joe Fest, and then you can do your do your over talk of it. Okay. So the other thing that I did work on is on January 1st, I will be dropping the rating videos of the first 15 G.I. Joe classified retro figures. So 1 through 15, that includes obviously all 8 of the Walmart exclusives, the Mickey Mouse, Cobra Commander, the HasLab, and then the next 6 after that. That's the waves that they were coming in. So I got that. It's all set up. It's all loaded. It drops at 9 a.m. I'm not doing a premiere like I have in the past. I really do think premieres tends to nerf it after it goes out. I like the communication, but at the same time, it doesn't. They don't seem to do as well. They seem to really nerf it. YouTube does, and I'm not sure why that is, but I can look at the other ones. The first 2 I didn't do it. The first one I know I didn't, but I looked at the numbers and I'm like, they seem like there's something wrong with it. So that's the reason why you won't see that being a premiere. And I'm gonna try and drop these series now on the first of every month. I'm gonna try and get everything. Hopefully it works. So anyway, Allison Troy jumping in here saying, greetings. Larry conspired with people to make fun of my cats. I don't need to conspire with anyone to make fun of cats. Let's be honest. All right. So I did post this the other day. I put it out in a community tab, and I'm going to throw it out there. So if you guys are interested, I know you guys have known before that we do have merch, or I have merch. But now I was able to, I didn't realize that it took away so many of these shirts. So if you just want the logo, it is available. But for all the other people, the cookie shirt for the Circle of Jerks is also up on there. So if you are interested, you got some extra Christmas money, you're like, dude, I need a Circle of Jerks shirt with Tony's Figs, Baldy fucking review, Baldy fucks review, right? Toy Optics, Action Figure Media, and this little old guy. They are available on mugs, on backpacks. You just start adding them. So, and again, if you go to any, if you're on any of my links, you'll see them. So it's not like they're hard to find. Just scroll down, you'll see links to everything. And if you're interested, grab one. If not, doesn't cost me any money. Doesn't cost you any money. We're all good. Skunk Work Studio jumping in here saying, yo, great to see you. All right. So, trying to think of what else there is to talk about before we get into just in general some things that I've learned over this year. I've learned that my neighbor will bug me at the most inopportune time. Bobby Wool jumping in and saying, you should play the clip from Spaceballs of Yogurt talking about merchandising. Ooh, thank you. You know what? I might have to work on that. Then maybe it won't seem like you're not shilling so much for people to go buy your stuff. It is weird though, Everyone says, I want a shirt, and then you spend the time and you put it out there and like, oh, okay, no one bought it. That's cool. All right. So I wasn't going to talk about it, but hell, I don't care because so many people are talking about it, and I'm just going to address it. So recently, Destro is my spirit animal. He put out a list of figures and stuff that's coming for the G.I. Joe Classified that someone sent to him. And then on that Monday, the following Monday, because he actually did the Monday when I was on, the following Monday, I kind of went and said, hey, these are things that, yes, I have also heard. I did not send this to him. And I made that clear because I actually contacted the person that let me know, and I said, hey, did you send this to him? He said, no, but whoever sent it definitely knows what he's talking about, or he has the same, same person that's kind of talking to me or whatever. And there was some other stuff that I hadn't heard. So come later on, during the whole Destro thing, he insinuated that Viper Island would be running with this, saying that it's his and whatever, blah, 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 blah. So I don't know. And I said, well, okay, well, I see this video. He doxed Destro. And again, whether you like the guy or not, showing where he lives, where he works, what state. I don't really care about the first and last names. Like, I'm sorry. I kind of have an issue with people that are so sensitive. You shouldn't be on a social media platform, especially YouTube, if you're scared to let people know your first and last name. But the truth is, and I did watch Destro's reply video, and he probably should send this to YouTube. It's just my personal opinion, because he let personal information go out that you really shouldn't. Now, I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with the parody of his son. I also didn't really watch it. I knew that he did it. I actually forgot that he had done it. I'm just not a big fan of that, right? I'm not a big fan of that, to be 100% honest, right? Like, kids are off limits. Not everyone, a lot of guys here know how I struggled about whether or not I should have Olivia on Thursday with a friend. Luckily, nothing happened. Nobody said a word. Olivia's been such a big part of this, and I'm glad nobody has, because it wouldn't have gone over well. I will 100% admit that, right? It would not have gone over well. Stanley Everhart jumping in here, and then we have Stephen K, saying, do people not like Destro? I really don't know, other than I know, I know Viper Island doesn't. And then just Jeff, same word. So again, the whole doxing thing, again, there are things that are just right and wrong. End of story. I don't understand how that is even considered something okay. The whole thing, and again, I don't remember because I didn't watch it. I find that stuff cringe. I said the exact same thing to Aaron the Toy Enhancer and everyone that was involved when he did his little thing. I said the same thing. I was actually on the phone with fucking Tony. All right. Sorry, Tony. I probably shouldn't tell people the private things, but we were talking. I'm like, dude, are you fucking seeing this? I'm like, this is just fucking wrong. Like, you just don't do that. Okay. Kids are off limits. End of story. Again, he says it was a parody, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care. You do whatever the fuck you want. Right. The whole doxing thing. Again, just because someone else is wrong doesn't mean that it gives you the okay to be wrong too. But as the video goes on, he says, hey, I'm going to show you the same person that sent that information to him, sent the information to me. And then he shows War Chest Full of Toys, Scott. And I'm like, now I have no proof that War Chest sent the stuff to Destro, but it sure seems like it. And then he also decided to show pictures from Assembly Required with Mikey Kukovic and also with me. Now, he prominently kept showing me. He also kept going on about how, these people don't know anything. They put everyone down. They do all this, whatever. Again, and I think a lot of that probably comes from the fact that next Monday I went on and said, hey, yes, I heard this. Yes, I heard that. This one I didn't hear recently, but I heard a while back that they were coming out with there was a reason why there was a Desert Snake Eyes, right? Once I saw this, well, it made sense why so much of the stuff that Destro had heard was the same stuff that I had heard, because War Chest was with me at Assembly Required, and my assumption is the same person that told me the stuff also told him. I didn't say anything, and I could have come out right after Assembly Required, was because I was specifically told not to say anything. There is a reason why people will talk to me and tell me things, because when I tell you I'm not going to tell anyone, I'm not going to. There is a reason why Chris McLeod gets fed information, because they know he will not speak on it unless they tell him it's okay to, or once the rumor is spread by other people. I do not know if War Chest was told the exact same thing. I know what I was told, and only I can speak of. But what I can tell you is by watching Viper Island's video, and I did watch it because numerous people sent me it, that he showed my face. He never said my name, and that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm not one of those people. I don't hide from, saying someone's name. Ooh, I don't fucking care. This is fucking toys, and the fact that there's so much goddamn drama, it fucking blows my mind. All right. And when someone mentions your name or insinuates something, you're gonna have other people doing fucking YouTube videos about it that have absolutely nothing to do with it. We know we have to have all these saviors that come in to save people. Fucking ridiculous. But the insinuation was the reason why he kept showing me was because it was highly insinuated that I was the one that gave him this information. I didn't. As I said, he probably was given that same information by the same person that gave it to me. But I was told not to say anything. I don't know what was said to War Chest. I don't know what would cause him to want to say anything. I don't dislike War Chest, but I fucking don't understand why he did what he did. I am so over the drama in this whole fucking community. I'm 50 fucking years old, playing with fucking toys, buying toys, doing YouTube. And again, I don't have a problem with people taking little shots and little shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, okay, we do that, right? But now we have people making videos. And of course, you're going to have other people that have nothing to do with it. And I believe this guy was blastering his shit over. I don't even know what his name is. And he was talking about the drama between the two. Once again, this is how I'm going to get to 1,000 subs. I don't know why. There was no reason for someone else to do this video. They had nothing to do with it. But we've seen this numerous times when it comes to the drama. Someone says your name. Articulated Ninja mentioned me because of something that was going on between him and I can't think of the other guy's name. Someone in the chat will tell me. I know I'm not trying to forget it. Someone will tell me. And of course, other people, again, I don't listen to it. And again, this is what happens. Like, you have people that watch all kinds of stuff. They'll send me saying, so-and-so said your name. I don't give a shit. Like, say my fucking name. It just tells me that you are fucking Geek Fusion. Thank you very much, Tony. But again, the insinuation was that, hey, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. You all know who he is. Let's be honest. If you're in the G.I. Joe YouTube community, you probably know who I am. I'm fucking plastered all over the damn place, right? I didn't give him the information. Someone tells me something and they say, you can't say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm very adamant about that. And to me, it betrays a lot of trust that you give people. So if anyone read into that, hey, Punk was the one that fed War Chest, I don't know why War Chest did what he did. I haven't talked to him, and I have no reason to want to talk to him about this. I'm not mad at him. I don't understand it, and I don't care to hear an excuse. We're fucking adults. And again, there's more than enough reasons to not like me. I've done more than enough things out here for people to pick at, to not like. Pick out something that I've actually done and then do it. That's all that I have to say, right? Now, I do want to say this. Thank you to Toy Gains. It was sent to me, hey, Toy Games was over on the 3POA. He defended you. No one else really did. They obviously brought up Mikey and but Toy Games said my name. He defended me. I'm not saying those guys were saying anything negative because, again, whatever. I just was told, hey, you know what? He defended your name. He defended you, saying, hey, you know what? I think trying to do the guilt by association, which we know is a real thing. All right. We know it's a real thing. That's just wrong. And again, if there's 100 other pictures that War Chest had, you could have picked any of them. I know why you picked it. And again, it's not a secret. I hung out with War Chest for like 2 or 3 days at Joe Fest. I hung out with him for 3 days at Assembly Required. You'll find all kinds of fucking pictures of him and I together. All right. But you picked that for a specific reason. And before anyone wonders, remember, Viper Island is the guy that sent me so many copyright strikes that I lost my Instagram. That is why there is the Punk with Toys, the second Instagram. Not because I think I'm so fucking popular I had to have two. It's because that's what he fucking sent me. Here's another thing. I want to say hi to Lost Ranger 87. It says, you're the Joe Don Baker of the G.I. Joe community. Always corner books. And I appreciate that. But here's the other thing. I'm not a fucking Joe channel. It is the meat and potatoes of my stuff, and I absolutely love G.I. Joe, and it's my favorite property. But it doesn't take long to look around and be like, this guy does a lot of fucking Marvel Legends reviews and the Skeletron reviews and Mythic Legions. Like, I do all kinds of stuff. I collect all kinds of things. So, and the other thing is, I don't do like breaking news. I don't run with news. I do a show on Mondays that I talk about the news and shit that's coming out, but that's stuff that everyone's already heard. And every now and then I might have something that is I don't want to say breaking, but something that someone else doesn't have. But I'm never going to be that guy. I'm not going to do the 2 or 3 minute bursts on Instagram because I need to run out and get these subs and these followers. It's not me. I don't work like that. I have other things to do during the day, which really has to do with work. Joe ARH jumping in here saying, was something going on with YouTuberville? Say it ain't so. Yeah, exactly. Billy Boys Toys jumping in here saying, hey, Punk, wasn't your birthday? Yes. No, it is today. Today is my 50th birthday. And that's right. I come on here and do a live. Stu for lunch. Someone saying, happy Monday. Congratulations on starting your 51st year of life. Hi, Ken. Clap. Hi, Ken. Hi, Ken. Everyone say hi to Ken. Be sure to say hi to Ken. So no. But I felt it's been pointed out. So many people have done. Stop and listen to the YouTube community, the Toy Tube community. Stop making videos to defend other YouTubers. Let me explain something to you guys. Articulated Ninja came out and he did a video about Geek Fusion. I don't think Articulated Ninja needs any help from any other YouTuber to express how he feels. He doesn't need a white knight coming in to save him. All right? Destro is my spirit animal. He seems like a big boy. He can come out and he defended himself, right? He can come out and defend himself. All right? So just stop. I understand that some of you will look and be like, hey, this is my chance to get my name out there and maybe get up to that 1,000 sub mark. And this is the chance to have a video do 4, 5, 6,000 views because I put my nose in somewhere. And some people may say, hey, you've done it too. And you're absolutely correct. All right. I have a big mouth and I'll say what the fuck. That's why, again, like I say, you don't have to try and link me to something. You can find some reason not to like me. GI Customs jumping in saying, happy birthday. Thank you very much. So again, don't make videos. And again, if you're doing a live, it's different because, hey, once you're live, someone makes a comment, you start doing. Creating a video is like typing out that email or typing out that response on Facebook. Circle of Jerkers right here. All right, all my guys on Tuesday. You know what I'm talking about, right? You guys sometimes you gotta slow down on that shit. And I'm included in that. So, but sometimes it's just you have to type it out and then you feel good and you delete it. You make a whole fucking video, you have so much time to have that second thought and go, you know what? I shouldn't do this. This is not my fucking place to get involved in this. I'm going to step away from it. And I think that people really need to start doing that because the drama is not going to go away. And once again, I'll say it again, Matt, the one thing I wish I would have screenshot the conversation with Matthew when I said, you know what? I don't want to be a drama channel because it's a cheap pop. And there's something, I can't say that I've avoided drama because I will say what's on my mind and that becomes a lightning rod. I understand that. But in the end, I try and stay away from it. But I have a personality and I'm going to speak my mind. I think we all know that. Jake Anderson jumping in saying, happy birthday, Punk. About time you catch up age-wise. Only for a short bit. Izzy Trevi jumping in here saying, happy birthday, Punk. I'm here for the Joes and the spoilers. I don't have any spoilers. At least I don't think I have any more spoilers. And then Jake Anderson, a member for 22 months. So you get the
fucking Phil Collins.
Which he got to hear it in person. He got to hear it in person at Hallmark when we exchanged a couple things and Olivia was there. So he got to hear it live and in person, not just live over this thing. He got to hear it live in person. All right. And then quickly.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the
Ronnie Trick Shot with the $2 super chat saying, "Don't feed the trolls." Agreed. Again, people are allowed to talk about whatever the fuck they want. But again, people are creating videos to talk about stuff, and we've seen this. And this is nothing new, right? This is absolutely nothing new. All right. People come in, they're the white knight. You know, they got their big fucking pugil stick and they're fucking coming through. And half of them are like fucking, like the shittiest fucking, they're like half of them like the shittiest fucking American Gladiator, the one that always fucking lost. Was it Nitro or which one always lost? You guys know which one I'm talking about. He always lost. Clint Jorgensen says, "Hey Punk, my wife is friends with Coach Witten from college. I will have him hit you up." If you don't know, the University of Michigan hired a new coach because they had to fire their old coach because he's just not a very good person. He's just not a very good person. He was already a bad enough coach to begin with, but he's just not a very good person. Fatred jumping in here while I'm at 22 also. 22 months for Fatred. So let's give him the quick
Fucking Phil Collins.
Patrick, I haven't seen you a while. I haven't seen you around here in a while, so great to see you here. Toy Optics, one of my I'm gonna say the cookie eaters. From the Circle of Jerks. Be sure to go over there and give him a like, a subscribe, do all that other good stuff. But I just wanted to address that. It's unfortunate. I mean, we're all a bunch of middle-aged men playing with toys. And again, I have no problem whatsoever with I didn't skip it, I missed it. There's a big difference. Again, it's the drama's gonna be there, and it doesn't matter where it's in. It's in the skateboard community, it's in the punk community. I've mentioned numerous times that it is in the gymnastics community when I used to work there, part-time, just doing boys rec. I would see the drama there, which again, that really just blows my mind because it's like, hey, these are for these kids, and yet there's all this drama. I don't get it. I never will. I knew from day one when I started doing this, I'm very boisterous. I speak my mind. I don't hide on things. That's, I'm very easy to find. Every Monday and Thursday, and now Tuesdays, I guess I'm easy. And no, Cal Shave, you're right. Toxic people will feed it. Yeah. And again, people are trying to do it. They're going to try and do it to bump their own numbers. They have something to say. I didn't want to address it. I ignored Ninja mentioning my name. And again, I'm not saying Ninja said anything bad or good about me. He, in the Geek Fusion, he said something, other people mentioned me. I was sent screenshots of the comments where people mentioned me. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't really care. It doesn't matter. Some of us go to toy shows, and like Ninja says all the time, like I can go to a toy show with someone I don't like and just walk by them and ignore them because I'm an adult. And that's exactly what I've done to people that I don't like at the shows. No one wants to see 50-year-olds fight. I want to break the news to everyone. No one wants to see 50-year-olds fight. We all think we're really fast and we all think we're really tough. We're not. None of us are. We're not. So it's just one of those things, just enjoy your toys, enjoy the hobby. And again, I don't tell anyone who to like and who not to like. I will give you the information that I know, and then you do what you want with the information. And what I hear about someone maybe not be what you've heard. And, I can go round and round about this. I guess I have my own crew of people that I'm going to associate with. And as Woody always likes to say, like, I fuck with people that I see that are real. You know, I know everyone here is actually technically real. Everyone is technically here real, but Lost Ranger jumping in here saying it's like they live scene. Yes, you know what a way to nail it. Yes. And then we have Gun Bunny jumping in here saying, "What's up, everyone? Snow Wolf. As long as there are people involved, you are absolutely correct. There are." But I said this about every politician, and this is not a political rant. This is about politicians in general. Don't make up shit about politicians because they've done something that you can point out that you don't like about them. You don't have to make shit up. Every single one of them. Democrat, Republican, Independent, doesn't matter. David T. Allen jumping in here saying, "Happy New Year, Punk. Thank you for joining my chat earlier. You're a great guy." Well, okay. You probably didn't hear me earlier. I said, hey, I hope you didn't take it serious, but I hope you didn't take it. I didn't take offense to it. 100% honest, David. You should start all your reviews off kind of like showing like whatever figure you're going to be reviewing and doing it like it's over the microphone. All right, over the loudspeaker. People know who you are. Not everyone knows, but people know that. That would be a specific thing. You talked about how like, hey, everyone really shouldn't be the same when doing reviews, and you're absolutely correct. I preach that so much. Right? No one wants to watch you do my exact style of review, right? No one wants to see me do a review like Bobby B, right? So yeah, you do your own thing, but that would be something you're kind of known for it. People have heard it. It's funny. It's comical. It's just, hey, just throwing it out there. You can have that one for free. All right. Woo. So there's an hour. I don't think I can make another 2 hours. No, I have anything to talk about. But I'm going to take a quick break, even though I already took a break to go, go help someone out. This time, let's see what Mossy has to say. We're going to go back to the Punkathon and hear what Mossy had to say here.
Welcome back to Late Night with Mothman. Tonight's guest, he's the man behind the 36-hour Toys for Tots Punkathon. Please welcome at this time, live via telephone, Punk with Toys, yeah! It's great to see you, great to have you on the show. How you doing today?
I thought I was told these to stop Collins Maze.
Lawrence, I thought you just meant for that day. I thought maybe you had the grumble dust or something, just need a little bit of privacy. But, you're here now, so most people think that your personality is 50% G.I. Joe action figures and 50% falling off a skateboard. But you've done this great thing with the Punkathon, and now it's 2 years running, and you're making all this money to donate to the kids, and that's awesome. I mean, listen to all these phones going off from our call center, Lawrence. Phones have been ringing off the hook all night. Was it? Where's Tony's Figs at? Tony's Figs said he was gonna come answer some of these phone calls for us. Baseman. Put one of them phone calls through. Hi, caller. You're on Late Night with Mothman with special guest of Punk with Toys.
I'm on the air.
Yeah, you're live.
So, Punk, I just want to say, man, I love your channel. It's got me through some real hard times. Man, I agree with everything you say about Ohio, too. It probably should be turned into a parking lot. Go blue, am I right? But I gotta say, I don't really like when those Boss Man skits come on. His little beady eyes kind of give me the willies. And
oh, okay. Thank you, caller. Thank you. So, Lawrence, I know you're really busy, so we're gonna let you get back to your 36-hour stream-a-thon. But thanks for joining us. And is there anything you want to say before we go, Lawrence? Hello? Oh, I think we got disconnected. Oh, he hung up. Well, I guess we still got a whole bunch of more exciting shows going on tonight through the 36-hour stream, so you can catch people like Allison Troy and Toy Connections and Bees Battlegrounds and all sorts of other fun stuff. So make sure you keep watching and you keep donating. And let's get back to the show.
I need a much longer video than that, Spec. Just need a breather every now and then. And I want to say hi to Payne's Toy Samples for jumping in here. Great to see you here. Cal Shave said, I fuck with you because I have fun watching your channel. Clickbait channels are negative Nellies and are not enjoyable. I like this hobby and want to hear like-minded folks doing the same. And that's what I try and do, and 100% honest. And I'm not going to talk about the other people and what they do, right? Whatever works for you works for you. Again, some people, they buy their subs. There's guys that they buy their promotions and then they brag about how many subs they have or how many views they have. I want to let you in on a little secret. There aren't 100,000 people watching G.I. Joe themed YouTube content around here. There's just not. There's not. I watch this Western channel. He talks the history of Westerns, right? He says like 150 fucking subs, right? He's talking about like history of the Western, Billy the Kid and Bonnie and Clyde, like all that shit, right? And his videos get like 30, 40,000 views. Every now and then I see one that has like 100,000. There are a lot more people that care about the history and want to talk and listen about, cowboys and Indians. Well, not Indians, but cowboys than G.I. Joe. So if your videos are getting that many more views, yeah, something's that's not adding up. I'm just going to say it right now. Something's just not adding up. So people do it. And again, hey, awesome. Have fun. That's what this is supposed to be about. Everyone does things a different way. And the clickbait things, again, I'm not for the clickbait. It's the same. I don't get it. I don't get the clickbait stuff. Have something that you're going to talk about. If you put in a title, a thumbnail that something's going to come up, you're supposed to pay off. If you don't pay off in that and you just tease something, eventually people stop watching. Mike Zero. Anyone remember Mike Zero? I know Matthew does. All right. My favorite guy. My favorite Star Wars. I found Star Wars YouTuber found a flash drive years ago, and Kathleen Kennedy. Matthew, how long has Kathleen Kennedy been getting fired? Kenzo's Creation jumping in to say, evening punk, evening everyone, and make sure you jump on over and vote on whether or not you celebrate your birthday. There's 85 votes, but only 41 likes. That's crazy. And 58% of the people are in agreement. It's just another day. That is truly how I feel about it. But it's actually pretty cool, to be honest. It's kind of odd to just that it landed 5 years. 5 years, Kathleen Kennedy. I feel, man, it feels like it's been longer. 5 years, Kathleen Kennedy fired Disney head honcho. That is clickbait to the fucking T. If you don't know Mike Zero, it's spelled with an H. Have fun. You have hours of entertainment. Graf jumping in here became a YouTube member, so you're going to get the...
Welcome to the Creamery.
Thank you very much Graph, even though you left that scathing comment on my Motu video. Well, Robert Stein jumping in here out of nowhere. Happy birthday, Punk. What Joe that has not been made by Classified would you want? Billy. I will say Billy till Billy is made. And even though I have a custom Billy, I don't know where Billy is though. Might be downstairs right now. Might be over there. I don't know. Yes.
Did you show them my card?
I did show them your card.
Okay, good.
Olivia wanted to make sure that I showed her card to you guys. And if somebody is a member or becomes a member right now, or says that they shows that they have been a member, she can do a live version of Welcome to the Creamery or fucking Phil Collins. So you probably got about 30 seconds before she walks away. If you want a live version of Olivia jumping on here.
Did they say how good my swap was?
They actually did.
Oh.
Everyone really, I explained the whole thing.
The DMV? That he got a letter from the DMV?
Yes. And how excited you were. And that you actually folded it just like that. And Ed said that your birthday card is still hanging on his. I said till next year when you get another one.
Yes. I
Look, here it is. Allison Troy gifted 1 Punk membership. And Stephen K got it. Come on over and do the Welcome to the Creamery.
Look, someone got me this shirt. I don't know who got me this shirt.
Okay. I don't know what it is.
It's someone got me this shirt. I don't know.
Okay. Oh.
One of them.
Oh, that was Greg, the 3D printer, the 3D printing guy.
Welcome to the Creamery. Look, I'm giving you guys
And look,
too.
and then we have M. Hatfield, member for 2 months, so you got to give the other one.
Oh, fucking Phil Collins.
And here's 3-star. He's the one who sent the card with the little spider. Tom the spider. So you have to give one. You have to give one for Darren. Well, he's been a member for 20 months.
Yeah, but like which one?
You get Phil Collins.
Fucking Phil Collins. Guys, that is the only time he allows me to swear.
She cannot sign that. She has no sign language. She's just
sign what?
Her,
I can do it. The alphabet.
Oh boy.
I don't
Seriously,
know,
I don't know what's going on.
I know P, so that one might be wrong, guys. Don't quote me on this.
Do you need a ruler or anything? If one, check it out and get out of here.
Oh my god, I found a wooden one while I was doing your card in my room.
Oh, she found a wooden ruler in her. You know how scary that is? Like her room is that much of a mess.
No, it was just on my desk. I don't go on my desk unless I'm hard at work. Unless I'm hard at work, I don't go on my desk.
But we do not hide the rulers. They're right here to be checked out. They're all right here. Every color of the rainbow, as you can see, all right here for the ruler. She said she found a wooden ruler because they asked if you used a ruler for the card. I don't think you needed to.
No. What would I need it for?
I don't know. Someone just asked because that was the joke that all the rulers.
No, all freehand, guys. All freehand.
It's all freehand. Toy Optic says wooden ruler. That's what nuns use. You don't know. You're Jewish. You don't know. You can guess that. Oh boy. Look at this.
Happy Hanukkah.
Jake Anderson. This is the one you met at Hallmark. He gifted 5 Punk memberships. So 99 Alti, who I have no idea. Pixel and 8 have no idea. Malcolm Melbone have no idea. Gaz, I know Gaz. I've had him on the show. And Rat Bastard 69. Well, I need 5 Welcome to the Creameries live.
Do you remember when I did 100?
Yes, I know, but we only need 5 right now.
Fuck. Oh, wait, wrong one. I was thinking that because I met him and he said that to me. I was like, wait, yes. Welcome to the Creamery. 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 I have 2 left, guys.
M. Hatfield says no gang signs.
No gang, all sign.
All right. Thank you for your interruption. It's always appreciated on Monday nights.
Well, I just really wanted to look at my sloth again. I'm quite proud of it.
It'll be up on the refrigerator this week when I have a chance to.
When you have a chance, girl, just go downstairs.
But when I remember, how about that? I have to remove probably
won't
what's up there now? Aquaman? No, Angel's up there.
No, there's Aquaman too, I thought.
No, I think I've taken them down and I put them somewhere where I would when I remember where they're at. I don't
There's
remember where they're at.
Father's Day and there's birthday.
Oh yeah, so maybe there's one of each.
No, it's probably both Angel and Buffy.
Stiff Kittens jumping in and saying, "Hello, Mr. Punk." All right. And he says, "Hope everyone had a good time over the holidays." I did.
I did too.
All right. She had Christmas, so she's all thrilled. She had Christmas, so she had all kinds of new stuff. Can you shut the door a little bit so when you guys start getting loud? All right. Okay, well, I was trying to be nice and be politically correct. All right. So, this is kind of like the year in review and kind of some things that I was thinking about and things that I've realized over the years or just kind of that we've addressed. Oh, you know what? MC, yeah, good idea. Have Olivia say hi. I need to get that clip. Hi, Ken. Hi, Ken. Hi, Ken. David T. Allen asking, did you have a good time at Assembly? I did. I had a really good time. I'm not going to compare it to Joe Fest. They're completely different as one is much smaller. Also, for Assembly Required, it was in the 70s on one Friday, and then on Saturday, it was in the 60s. Where in the past they said it's been in the 30s and rainy, but the two main restaurants that we ate at were right across. They're right across. To walk back to the hotel, it's a little bit further. There is a skywalk. But it's fun because again, Mikey Kukovic, he said one of the things I really like about this is that unlike at Joe Fest where I'm kind of stuck working my booth the whole time, I can walk around. It's small enough that I can see, or the person next to me, on their booth can be like, hey, he'll be right back. And he could flag me down or send me a text or whatever. So it's a completely different feel. But I can say this, I met some new people there, but a lot of the people that I had met at Joe Fest, Skeletron, Ben, and some of those guys, I got to talk to more. I'd say I obviously talked to Mikey more because we spent a lot of time together. But that Sunday night, Mikey, Shark, Tony, Ed, a lot of us cunts had a lot of. Did I say it out? We spent a lot of time together, and that word there, I probably said more that night than I have ever said in my entire life, but it means something completely different in Australia than it does in the US. But I would love to go back again next year. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, only due to the fact that right after Joe Fest, I'm going right down to Orlando for a week and a half. So depending on how much money I have and how much time I have, that's probably the bigger thing, how much time I have off, because that's going to be 2 weeks. Luckily, it's in 4th of July. So instead of burning, 10 days, I'm only burning 9 days. But yeah, but I had a good time. Yeah, Skeletron does have a website. Just type in skeletron.com. I think it'll populate for sure. And you can order some go order some 6-inch figures. These are awesome. They're awesome. Jay Astro jumping in say happy 7th birthday. I hope Baldy is here because he's the only one that's laughing, because he's one that actually thinks that thing is hilarious, just so you know. Shark is saying, is Ed rebranding Joe Fest to the Augusta Toy Show, the Augusta Toy and Comic Show? That is a good one. David says, this is the first one I've missed in the last 5 years. You can visit me in Florida after Joe Fest. How close to Orlando are you? I'm going to have my family and my ex family. And my family and my ex family. So my ex is going, my ex sister in law. But anyway, yeah. So, but anyway, over the year, you experience a lot of things doing YouTube. And clearly, I do for all, for as much as I'm on, and I go through spurts where no one will ask me to be on their show, and then you go through spurts where it's like one person asks and like, oh, hey, you know what, Punk is, he's one of those people that will come on. I should ask him. And next thing you know, you have like 5 or 6 people that are asking you to come on their shows. So you have these ups and downs of how much you're doing YouTube. I think a lot of people see me and they're like, all right, this guy is live 3 times a week. I don't know if we need any more. There is a reason why you don't see me on Oz's Clubhouse as much anymore. Just due to the fact that I'm usually recording something else on Saturdays. So I've kind of stayed away from that. Spec is saying Punk is going to marry his ex-sister-in-law and become Olivia's dad uncle at the same time. No, I am not. That I am not at all. So I'll say this. I did realize that drama is always going to be a thing. We've discussed that ad nauseum, I guess, so far. Drama is always going to be a thing, for sure. It's not going anywhere. There are going to be people that they can't do enough for their own channel by creating their own content, that they're going to jump on whoever. And I will say this again, not one person that's involved in the drama needs you to come and stick up for them. None of them need a white knight. And if they do, well, they probably should get off of social media in general, because it's just not the place for you. I can't believe that it's been almost a year, but I was looking at it, and actually it is Olivia's birthday. February 18th was the first Circle of Jerks. It was here's Baldy. Save the drama for your mama. So he must have heard the 6-7 and probably was laughing. It looks like February 18th was our first Circle of Jerks show. I can't believe it's Olivia. It was on Olivia's birthday, but it must have been a reason why. I mean, it was on a Tuesday. It was. Oh, you know why? Because I was picking them up from the airport. Oh, shit. It was her birthday because I was picking her up from the airport, her and her mom from the airport, because they flew out to San Diego to visit our oldest. So that is right. It did start. It's almost been a year since we started a weird show. Myself. This is all Baldy's idea. Baldy, myself. It was Spec. Actually, it was Baldy, myself, and Terry. Spec was supposed to be on. I don't think he came on the first episode. Tony ended up being the fill-in because I was very adamant. I don't want more than 4 people, because you just start talking over each other. You really do. And we got Tony on, and we realized it just worked. It just worked for us. And we have brought, guests on, but I was like, I don't want to have a guest every week. Like, there's too many voices, too many people talking, and we didn't need it. We can talk about absolutely nothing. That show will do awesome. Everyone talks about how great it is, how much they enjoy it. It's not just me. I've realized that there's a lot of people that would rather watch a show that I'm on with a bunch of other people, probably because they don't have to hear only me, than just me alone. David says, Circle of Jerks was enjoyable. I almost died with laughter. Not to pat myself on the back being part of that. It's only gotten better. Not going to lie. Dead Man jumping in here. Just stop in because here, this is a big deal. I am kind of a big deal. Great to have you. And then Toy Optics is saying Punk came to the table with a whole rider list of needs. I won't lie. I probably am the one that has said more than any of us, hey, I don't want this. Like, if you're going to have certain guests on, there's certain people I won't go on with because I just do not like them. And being respectful, sometimes you just have to remove yourself. I don't like having a whole bunch of different people on. I think it takes away from what people are tuning in to see. It's nice to have someone, hop on from here and there, but you don't have to have a special guest every single week. There's other shows to do that. And we're not a spinoff. No, we're not. We are our own fucking show. We are fucking hilarious. And 3-Star says that show has been on almost an entire year. Yeah. I started looking at it last week. Remember when we first did it, we did every other week, and then it just became, it wasn't even called Circle of Jerks. We first named it Not Another Toy Stream. Stanley says, thanks, Punk. That's the first 6-7 I've heard since school vacation. I was hoping to go 2 weeks. Whoa. I only read what someone else said. I had no idea what it was. You can thank Baldy for that bullshit. Tidarium Hanger jumping in here. Wow. Good to get you live. Chiming in on the Viper Island drama this week. I actually already discussed it early on. I don't know, maybe 30 minutes in. Probably I got into it way more than I wanted to. But sometimes you have to kind of address what is kind of being insinuated about yourself. And again, I don't worry about speaking someone else's name. Like a lot of other people don't want to do it. Tidarium Hanger, if you don't follow them, follow him on YouTube. He does a wonderful job. And you'll also be like, oh my God, there are a lot of Transformers and Transformer knockoffs. Baldy Locks jumping in, he says, your voice is like an angel and Satan mixed into one, and it's ironically beautiful. Listen, I don't have a good voice. I hear my voice and I'm like, ooh, that is awful. And then I hear like someone like Woody and you're like, God damn, that is a damn good voice. But anyway, yeah, I did discuss it. You can go back and hear what I have to say. And I was, again, I don't understand why what was done. And I mean, on all parties, I don't understand why all parties things were done. They were done. But I had nothing to do with it. I don't need people running around. Again, find something I actually did. It's not that hard. Is the way that I look at it. But I realized that we can start another channel, another show, not in the channel, another show. And people will absolutely love it. And it's not just me that's heard it. Baldy's talked about it. I know Tony, he's talked about how many people have mentioned to him. It is just a fun show. And if you want a show that you're not going to take yourself serious, that's one of them. And there are other shows. I think that's the reason why, you look at Jerk and Gaines, they do so well. They don't take themselves seriously. They bounce back and, bounce things off each other. I got to say, like, we've been pretty brutal. I mean, look, this is what Circle of Jerks gets. Like this, I licked the envelopes. And if anyone's wondering, where did he get that picture? This is a picture that Michael, Plastic Fantastic, took from Joe Fest 2024. Why not 2025? Because Baldy didn't come. So, but but that's a little thing that we just kind of came upon. I also realized that I can do I started a whole nother channel talking about TV shows. Myself and my buddy Adam over on the TV Terminal. We started a whole channel where we break down specific TV shows and talk about them. It's a lot of what like Punks on Film was supposed to be, but in a shorter form and not as long. Our episodes and new TV shows. Where Punks on Film was supposed to be older movies, cult classics, things like that. And I had a lot of fun doing it. But it was very time consuming. And I know a lot of people liked it. Everybody wanted it. And then nobody showed up for it. Yes, we did have Ken on the Circle of Jerks. And if anyone is wondering, the Circle of Jerks came from the band Circle Jerks, which had something to do with Specs. I don't know, attorney or accountant for someone that he worked for was the drummer of the Circle of Jerks. And I don't know. That's really how it came about. But we obviously didn't want to call ourselves Circle Jerks. So we were the Circle of Jerks. So we definitely, found something there. I learned that even though they don't get a lot of views, there are a lot of people that really enjoy the classic reviews. There are some people that they don't collect anything modern. I had Stephanie on, and I don't know how much she watches my other reviews, but she watches all the classic reviews, and almost always has a comment or some sort of story, and she's not the only one. So there's a bunch of people that really enjoy that. And that's something that I'm trying to make a channel where 10 years down the road, there's someone falls asleep and they just watch stuff, and I get a little bit of income, something that just kind of is secondary income, nothing that I'm going to retire off of. Michael Gutierrez jumping in saying, I don't know that band. It is one of the quintessential punk bands, started in 1979, and they are still going today. I know for a fact they have not put out an album since 1994. So if you're not into punk, then you probably don't know who they are. Although you might hear some of their songs and be like, man, I've heard that song in a video here or there. And Toy Spec says, and we flipped it on Circle of Jerks. Yeah, something like that. And Spec says they just played a live show a month or so ago. Yeah, they're actually playing with Gorilla Biscuits, a band that I've never seen, who I really do want to see, and I don't think they're coming here. They're coming to Grand Rapids, which is like 2.5 hours away, and the last thing I want to do is drive out to there. I want to drive out there. But so I found people really like that. They enjoy it. It takes people back. So many people have a story. Okay. So, fighting words, Green Day is not punk. Them fighting words. But yeah, there is something that people enjoy about that. They remember certain things. I love that people can give me a story. And that was one thing that Stephanie, when she was on Thursday with a friend, I believe she said it there. She was like, you were the only person that I've heard like say, hey, in the comments, tell me a story that you had about this. And to me, what I do on YouTube, my whole channel, it's interaction with other people. Yes, I'm up here alone on Mondays, and I chose to do it that way. I don't have any help. And that is nothing against Ed or Matthew. Both of them would be more than willing to jump on here and do what some of the bigger channels do and highlight stuff. I like to do this kind of stuff on my own. They're here just to make sure that no one really gets out of line. And for the most part, we haven't had that issue. We've had to ban very few people. Matthew and Ed have had to tell very few people to shut the fuck up. But yeah, it's definitely one of those, it's one of those, it's just one of those things, I'm not a fan of the Ramones, but they are definitely one of the early influences in punk. But I'm not a huge fan of them. That I will say for sure. But yeah. And Matthew says Punks on Film started because Chad was supposed to do Megaforce live stream with Punk, but then did his own show. Well, I remember Chad and I talking because I've still never seen Megaforce. I remember us talking about it. But you have a better memory than I do, so I'm just going to take your word for it. I'm just gonna take your word for it. And a toy kind of mood jumping in here saying happy birthday Punk, no joking, you look way younger than 50. And he says it's that straight edge lifestyle. I bet there's a good chance. I mean, how I've seen people that are smoking that they're in their 40s and I'm like, what, you're like 65? And Travis is saying today is my mom's birthday too. I'd say tell Mrs. Moody happy birthday, but I know that is not her last name. If you're Moody, you should not name yourself Moody. I'm just hey, I wish I could have given you this advice early on. Anyway, but yeah, classic reviews. And I'll tell you this. Thank you to Johnny Reno, who has sent me a lot of figures. He sent me a lot of figures that I never had. And I have a lot of stuff to do. And I'll be getting more stuff. And I'm going to continue to try and build that line, that G.I. Joe line, and continue to do as many waves of that as possible. I really do enjoy just getting it out. And I can do like 5 or 6 videos in a sitting. But at the same time, you run into time constraints, whether or not people believe it or not. But yeah. So I also found out, and this is why, well, not why I'm going to do it, but why I wanted to get it done. And it is so time consuming, is me doing the ranking videos. So last year I started ranking the G.I. Joe Classified 00 Snake Eyes to 20, 21 to 40, 41, you get all the way up to 100. And one of the great things about starting it off was the early figures. It had now been 4 years. So a lot of people didn't have the figures. They were kind of, forgotten. They got to see them. And I didn't want to continue to do them when these figures were brand new and fresh, because I was going to a different point to say, hey, I'm giving this figure a rating of 7, right? And it's one of those things where you're rating it, but it's like, when this figure came out, it was a 7. They did a repaint of the figure 2 years later when they now had pinless joints. It's no longer a 7. Now we're looking at it as being a 5. And also looking at the weapons and how the weapons had changed. And I know people really enjoyed that. So I definitely was trying to figure out how I can continue to do it without running out of them. And it was start with the retros, and then I'm going to do the vehicles. And I'm probably going to do the first 10 vehicles minus the HasLabs. I actually have everything all set up downstairs it's very difficult because it's all about getting all the accessories. And that's when you start realizing I have a lot of accessories and I have everything. Sergeant Red jumping in here saying, hello, Lawrence. How are you doing this fine evening? I am doing great. And I'm going to put you guys on the spot. January 8th, 9 p.m. Thursday. You guys are still doing Thursday with a Friend, correct? Because I know people have wanted it, and I still have you guys as the first of the year. I'm just going to put you on the spot where you can't say no. But yeah, Thursday with a Friend, the first one of the year. I want to start off with a bang. So I had Sarge and Reds, both John and D are supposed to be on here. Now, if they say no, they are disappointing all of you guys. So I did the whole ranking and a rating. I didn't want to rate them, whatever it is. Yes, Tony. And I have even more now because of you. Action Figuratorium says, I love that you're giving away that Skeletron hat. Nope. This was given to me for selling a Skeletron and a stand for the Skeletron. Yeah, so I have that series starting. I already had, like I said, it's already filmed. It's already uploaded. And on January 1st, 9 a.m., which is a Thursday, the first 15 retro carded figures will all come out. And I got to say, the other thing that I learned is that other people that aren't normally in this sphere also watch it, because I saw some people post on Facebook going, hey, I just watched this video of this guy. I didn't realize that something with the star. I totally forgot. Oh yeah, the window is cut out like the star. So there was like certain things like people didn't realize how I had forgotten them till I was looking at it going, oh yeah, that's right. So I try and point out as much stuff as I know. And I know, some guys have gone out of their way to make sure that everyone knows that I have no inside knowledge and I know nothing, which is, relatively true. But I guess there are some things that I've learned along the way. But yeah, so let's see here. That's kind of one of the things that I've learned. I learned that people on Mondays are waiting for me. And I learned this because there was one Monday that there wasn't much to talk about. I was just a little burnt out, and I put out in the community tab, or community post, but unfortunately not everyone gets it. And I think about 10 or 15 minutes after 9, I'm getting a text from Tony going, hey, dude, you might want to let everyone know that you're not doing the show. I'm like, I put out in the community tab earlier in the day. And they're like, they don't know. They're waiting there for you. Because all I did was I changed the date for the live stream to the next week. Because I'm like, well, I'll still have the topic. I'll talk about it then, right? And there's been a couple other ones that I just haven't even created because I'm like, I'm not going to do anything. And I put it out there, but there's people that they're waiting for the show. And it's not so much that they're waiting for me. They're waiting for the camaraderie with all of you guys. And I'll continue to say it, like, this show, this channel, it's nothing without every single one of you. I've worked my ass off. And believe me, I have worked my ass off. You guys don't see what goes behind, and you guys don't care. And I'll continue to hammer that. No one really cares, just like how a movie is created. But I worked my ass off to try and make sure that you guys are, you guys enjoy everything. That you guys feel like you're part of the channel. I don't want anyone to walk by me. Ed does. I don't want anyone to walk by me at Joe Fest or Summer Required, and feel they can't stop and say hi to me and just chat with me. Now, don't go in. If you're in the middle of a if I'm in the middle of a conversation, or anyone, it's not just me, don't just interrupt unless you're like, hey, I just saw you. I just quickly wanted to say hi. Like, if you want to have a conversation, don't do that. Like, but I don't want anyone to be like, oh yeah, there's that guy. He's just an asshole. He's not going to say hi. I'd rather no one ever mentioned that I've stopped and talked to every single person than that one person going around saying, yeah, let me tell you about my experience with him. And Sarge jumping in and saying, you are my favorite little person. Now, I was about to say, this is clearly Sarge because he's insulting me, but I have also heard D insult me for my height. I remember these things. So MCR says, weirdly, community posts appear like a week after they are posted for me. You're not the only one. So sometimes they come through right away. Sometimes they don't. And I know this because, I've seen things where I dropped that community post yesterday about, hey, 4 years ago, I did this video of the top 25 figures I want to see come out for G.I. Joe Classified. How'd I do? And it got a little jump in the viewership. But clearly not everyone saw it. And next week, someone will probably be like, dude, I'm just seeing this now. Ed is jumping in saying, and don't approach us in the bar. We're old and deaf and won't hear your name. And if you do, make sure you're wearing a shirt of yourself and point and be like, hey, I'm so-and-so. And be like pointing at the shirt. And even be like, you may want to take a picture of it so you don't think I'm someone else. The best part is there was 3 of us that all got it. Here he is. There's a Joe fan right now. And I wanted to mention that. Again, I think after 24, I knew that Joe Fest was somewhere I wanted to go every single year. Mr. Wonderful, Travis, one of the travesties. Look at this. The tag team is here. I'm here for the birthday dude. Well, thank you very much. Especially after last year, Joe Fest is something I don't ever want to miss. If I can work it out, I don't have a graduation. I have one more kid graduating, and we won't do it around Joe Fest. I want to go every single year, and it has nothing to do with the convention. It has nothing to do with not being able to walk down an aisle and somebody know who I am. It has to do with all the people that I've met, the new people that are coming. David Allen quickly mentioned like maybe one day he'll be taking over Joe Fest. I don't think that he means like right now, but I will say this. Hearing David say something like that, and I think he's being honest, that makes me happy as long as he keeps it in the same spot. Here's David. Attention all vendors, patrons, and guests. We wish Punk a happy birthday. Where Tony says, you just want them cheesy bites at the bar. I'm so pissed off that I didn't find out about those, the second day. I ordered so many of those cheesy bites, and you better believe it is the first thing that I'm fucking ordering when I get down to Augusta. I might order 2 because people always want to eat some, and you're like, hey, you want to share, but they're so damn good. They're so damn good. Thank you very much, Michael. But conventions, I can't go to all these conventions. Like, you see uh, Gaines and Jerk and some of those other guys. They're over on the East Coast, and there's a lot of conventions within, 3 to 4 hours and even closer. So they're able to go there and meet up. And again, in Michigan, to go to any of those shows, I'm looking at a good, 7-8 hour drive. So, you'd have to pay for the hotel and everything. It's not something that, is feasible. Joe Fest has been so much fun, and I will continue to just reiterate it. Ed and Tony and myself had such a fucking blast. You probably could not put 3 people that are as like-minded yet different in the same room. And when you sleep like 3 hours and you don't fucking care, it's awesome. And again, there's certain conventions I need to do, that I need to go to meet the other people. And again, it's great to have met so many people during this crazy YouTube journey, right? Like, I was quickly looking at my old videos, and I kind of went back to my first video. It was all skateboarding and working out. And the first videos, like, you see like the first actual review video that I did, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I wasn't trying to be a YouTuber. I think the first one, there's a few like walkthrough videos, but it's just showing off my collection. But the first one, I believe, is actually Havoc from Fortnite, who looks just like Firefly. And I was like, and again, we didn't know. I didn't even, if I remember correctly, I was looking at it. I don't even think I'd done a classified review yet. But Assembly Required was another one. And I want to do more conventions. It's something that I just enjoy. When it comes to skateboarding, there are a bunch of guys when you skate in your area that you get to know. Punk shows were the same way. Toy collecting is so different because, you might not collect the same thing, but they're probably not all going to be in your area. And you may not have something completely like-minded. If you go skateboarding, you're all skateboarding, If you go to punk shows, you're all listening to that music and you're in the pit or whatever. We're not grabbing our toys and playing together for the most part. It's kind of weird, so when you go to these shows, man, it's so much fun. Stiff Kitten says, never look back at your first videos. Oh, I leave them up there because I want people to see, not that I feel like my videos are amazing now, but I know they are viewed. I want people to go back and be able to look and say, all right, this guy was not making videos like this in the beginning. He had to start somewhere also. A lot of people will remove their videos for whatever reason. I don't. I want people to be able to go back and say, oh, wow, look what the fuck he was doing. How even his channel, like, he had skateboarding on it. And I'll post a video every now and then of me skating. Workouts, like, oh, he really had no idea what he was doing. Like, he didn't know what direction. It wasn't trying to make a channel at the time. But I know what you mean. They're so bad. I actually wasn't looking at the videos as much as I was just seeing what the dates were. And this all really came because of Graph and him leaving the comment. It forced me to it made me just go back. James Lucas jumping in and say, happy birthday, Lawrence. Thank you very much. Beardy McBearderson saying, I would love to go, but I spend every weekend from May to October at a softball diamond somewhere. Then if I have the time, getting across the border is getting weird. But okay, so, and this is what I want to say to you. Like, I would love to meet you. I'd love for everyone to go there. I can't express how great it is, but you're going out and you're doing something that if you're on the baseball diamond, all the time, or softball down. You're doing something I'm assuming you absolutely love. And to me, that's what going to these shows really is, right? It is awesome. And David says, Punk, join me at the. This is a hell of a name. You got to figure out the Central Florida Joe Show in April on the night. Man, I can't. I'm in Michigan. Like I can't afford that, or else I would love to. Because I did hear you talking about it with Woody. I would love to do that stuff, but unfortunately, like I don't have a job that I can afford to do that. And then with little kids, and well, I don't have little kids anymore. I have a 19-year-old and an almost 17-year-old. But it is something that I would definitely like to think about. I wouldn't say do it right after Joe Fest. I'm like, I'll be there then. Clint Jorgensen says when you skateboarded that in time, it looked like Office Space. I'm not sure. I feel did I read it wrong? Yeah, so anyway, it's one of those things that I realized I really, and again, I talk to Gaines and I talk to Jerk from time to time, and I'll talk to Mikey and Zakanin, and those guys are having a blast going to these shows, and Zakanin is actually not anywhere close to them. But you see all these shows that these guys are going to, and you're making real friends and just not guys that you're hanging out with. And it's something I definitely, as the kids get a little bit older, we get older, financially things hopefully get better, easier for us. I would love to do some more shows. And I would love, again, I would love to go to Legion's Con, but they're a week apart from Assembly Required. And for me, I talked to a few people that are more Joe guys, and they said, I liked it, but it's not really for me. And now I collect more stuff than just that. But yeah, I would love to do that stuff. Yes, Toy. I love Lamb. Then Cooter's Garage says, yep, I am busy with car shows from May to October and host a local show the week after Joe Fest. Yeah. No, and again, like that's something that not everyone here is only into toys. And some of us got to cut back on toys, right? This is the year that Matthew, my moderator, is cutting back on toys. Every year, you can set a clock to it. I got to cut back on toys, guys. And Ed and I, every year, make jokes about it. And then we get almost a full year of getting to make jokes about it. Spec, exactly. Bullshit. But yeah, that's another thing that I've just, I've experienced, and I know how much I love doing this stuff. And I also realize, I've known for a while, people really wait for those YouTube reviews. Like, it is crazy what some people ask me, like, hey, when are you gonna, like, dude, I don't even have the figure, like, but so many people will tell me that, I watch your review as I'm opening the toy, which is, man, it's a really good feeling to know, like, you've actually gone in and you made an impact on people that do this stupid hobby. And it is a stupid hobby. It is. I wish more people would understand don't try and keep up with the Joneses. Not everyone keep up with the Joneses. It doesn't help. Because I can buy stuff. Don't think that you can. I can buy stuff because of this channel. If this channel didn't do what it was doing, I'm not buying all that stuff. And I feel like a lot of people will say, you know what? I can push off my rent or my mortgage for a week No. Your mortgage, your electric, your car payment, your water, those should be paid first. And what you have left, that's what you should, what you should use for your disposable income. Ed says, I'm cutting way back. I'm going to sell everything and beat Matthew's face. And Matthew says, hey, I cut back in 2025. I'm cutting back more in 2026. Bullshit. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to hit the dump button, but I forgot to. Stanley says, we have SummerCon here south of Seattle. Other than that, SoCal is the next sizable con. And again, one of the things with like shows in California is that I was just talking to somebody about this too. When we were young and we're seeing all these like skateboarders in California, I'm like, man, we need to go to California. Everything's there. And you watch more videos of the pro skaters and obviously YouTube. You hear them talk and they're like, yeah. What people don't realize is that video part, both those spots are in California, but they're an 8-hour drive from each other. So we're taking a special drive. I live here, but then we're taking a special drive 8 hours to film. And hopefully we're going to get this gap, this handrail, whatever it is. They're not right around the corner. And Spec, I'm sure, can attest to that. But again, I think every year we just kind of learn a little bit more. And where we can go in the next year. I missed more Mondays this year than I have in the past 3, because we're going on my 4th year. This will be the 4th season in 2026. I miss more time. And the other thing that I realize now, I don't have Mondays all to myself anymore. Mondays was just really, maybe there were other people, but people directly competing. Jerk and Gaines came in and they have completely killed it. They have absolutely killed what they're doing on Mondays and on Thursdays. Thanks a lot, guys. And there's only so much toy talk to go around. And not everyone wants to hear just one voice for 3 hours. And again, I can see that in Circle of Jerks, where that show has gone right by this show. And I'm fine with it, because I'm the main guy on there. So that's all my doing. No, I can see the Circle of Jerks has gone right by. And, it's definitely one of those things where not everyone wants to hear a voice, but again, I'm here, and people have said, like, it's a community and we're all here to just chat. Like, it's, that we're just at a bar all hanging out. Just no one's going to get drunk and have a hangover tomorrow, which I've never had a hangover because I never drank in my life. So, and I'm assuming it's awful, because never once have I ever woke up and said, you know what I wish I had? The fucking flu. When people tell me that's what hangovers. But, just the fact that people care so much to hear what I have to say, or I don't know why. I still don't get it. Should have wrote more notes down. Yep, no notes. Literally, these are my notes. They weren't very much this today. There's been so little news that you're like, what the hell am I gonna talk about? Because Matthew's always like 3 hours. Stanley says, hey, I'm loyal here, and I appreciate that. And again, like, my thing has never, and I will reiterate this every single day, man. Like, every single time I talk, my job is never going to be to make you not watch somebody else. This was something that the numerous people in the comments about Viper Island, that they kept saying. They're like, He's so busy telling people how good he is and how bad everyone else sucks that people go, well, I don't really want to listen to you anymore. You're not supposed to put the other person down to make someone watch you. My goal is to make people want to tune in and watch me. And I've said it before. If that means at 9 p.m. when people are watching Jerking Games, they want to tune in over here because, like, hey, I want to watch them live. Cool. Go back and watch their stuff afterwards. Or if you're like, hey, you know what? I like Jerking Games more. I like hearing them live. I'm going to tune in as soon as I'm done and watch Punk, and then I'll watch it on the replay. Great. It's all about, getting to know one another. And it's not about the competition like so many like to think that it is. I saw that Woody is going on with Action Figure Addict today at 10 p.m. Maybe that's the only time that he can go live. I sure don't think that he was like, you know what, I want to go up against Punk and be competitive against him. I'm assuming he said, hey, this is when I have to go live. And we've talked about a lot of different things. And when it came to the Circle of Jerks, I said, I cannot go on against my moderators because they do too much for me. But if 9 p.m. on Monday is what works for you and you want to start doing lives, then you do it. If you're able to make people want to watch you and then watch me on the replay, then good for you. You're doing your job. But too many people will put down other people. And I'll say that till I'm done doing this. Not Rachel jumping in here saying, Punk, you're the Fraser Crane of the Joe community. I'm not driving. You're not going to catch me with any DUIs. Odin one jumping in here saying, one of the nice things about Jerks channel is that they stream several times a week so I can catch them some other night later in the week. I've talked to a few people that I'm like, God damn, Jerk is on all the time. And so is Gaines. But people have said the same thing at times about me. And that's not an insult, just a holy shit, Jerk is on a lot. And David here says, it's fun, and if you're not having fun, get out. I agree. And again, you're not gonna have fun with not every single day is gonna be fun. I mean, let's be honest. Me having to come out here and address the whole Viper Island video and whatever War Chest did, it's not fun. It's not something that I want to do, But when my name is prominent, or my face is prominently shown, and you don't have to say my name. It's not like it's some random guy at Assembly Required that you were showing his picture. I know what you were doing. Everyone knows what you were doing. All right. It's again, like you just kind of have to. You kind of have to address it. And again, I'd rather not address this shit because I don't really care. What Viper Island does, like his video content, really has no relation to what I do at all. I don't delete videos when something's wrong. Did I say that out loud? I don't do that. Thomas Cook jumping in and saying, bro, the drama that's been going on is ridiculous. I watch and collect for fun and escape the real world. Well, and again, that's how it's supposed to be. But I mean, I've been doing this now. Again, this is going to be my 4th year, 2026, of doing live streams. And there's been drama numerous times. And I've been directly affected by the drama. Like I said, I have no problem calling someone out. I don't have a problem mentioning names if somebody does. And you shouldn't. I want people to understand this too. You should not have a problem addressing someone by name if you're addressing something that is said about them or something that they did. I know people think that you shouldn't have a problem with it. And people shouldn't have a problem that you address them if it's something that you said. When people flat out lie about you, then, that's when you have to kind of really address things. Unfortunately for me, I've been a lightning rod in many aspects, and it sucks. But the whole thing that that Shark News did, not Shark Eyes, but Shark News, when he flat out lied that I was sending him false copyright strikes. It was a flat out lie that other YouTubers, Chad, 3POA, Junkion, also pushed out there. And I had to go live and show everyone, and you can go back and watch that video because it stands up because I did nothing wrong. I had to go tell everyone, I didn't do this. And it sucks because it's like I'm literally out that day taking pictures. What you're supposed to be doing with your toys as an adult, taking pictures. But when someone starts spreading blatant lies about you, and you have people messaging you, leaving comments, I'm the only person that can defend myself. If I don't defend myself, who the fuck else is going to? I don't expect it. I'm a big boy, man. Like, not a big boy. I'm an adult. I'm a real boy. But the drama exists everywhere. And Thomas, I wish it didn't. I wish it was easy enough to be like, you know what? None of this drama exists. But I'll say it again. When you make a video and you spend time doing it, and I'm not talking about just a live stream where you're like, shit, I wasn't going to talk about it. All of a sudden it's like, it's kind of somebody's asked about it. You're going to address it. You make a video. When you finish that video, you edit it. That's when you just kind of got to sit back and be like, I know what I've done. I know the consequences that this is going to bring, good or bad. Same as when I do a review, right? Like I do a review, I know what it's going to do. And it is one of those things where you definitely have to just address it. And I've done it. And like I said, I don't shy away. Like if somebody says it, I don't have skeletons in my closet. It's like, you're never going to catch me on something and be like, oh shit, dude. I tell everyone, don't ever say something in our in the members only stream that you wouldn't say out in public, because someone can screen record it and show it to that person. Don't ever send something in a private chat, because someone may screenshot it and pass it on to them that you wouldn't say to them. We talk about people, we talk about our friends. It's something that may bother us about our friends, but we don't want to bring it up to them because it's not worth it. But anything that I've ever said about any of my friends, if someone ever screenshotted it and went to them and said, hey, you know what Punk said about you? And if they came back to me and said, hey, so-and-so sent this to me, why would you say this? I'd be like, this is why I said it. If you have a problem with it, then that's on you. I'm sure people say shit about me. I know there's things that my friends do not like about me. That's life, right? Now, Thomas says, maybe it's that I only started this year and never knew the community, but yeah, I get it. You got to stand your ground with shit talking. No, and again, I mean, how long ago did Viper Island? He sent me so many copy strikes on Instagram that I lost my channel for 90 days. I was the first person to lose it. And I didn't know it was coming back. And then one day it came back. And again, I took little shots at him, and after a while, one of the reasons why the people who lie, and this goes back to sports media too, that people will absolutely run with, they need to be first and they don't want to fact check stuff. And when they don't want to fact check stuff, it can come back to bite them in the ass. And again, you could be wrong, right? All the stuff that I heard might come, that I talked about for Destro's my spirit animal, all that stuff that I talked about, well, none of that could be, I mean, all of that could be wrong. I trust the person that told me. All right. He's been right many, many times. I didn't come back from AR with it and start doing lives about it because I was told you can't say anything about this. All right, good. That's all I need to know. The fact that I'm told the stuff makes me happy because that means in the future people will be like, hey, just so you know, this is coming. And again, I know that if I break that Destro and the Despoiler are coming, yeah, it's going to help the channel out. It's going to get you a few extra subs and a few more views and maybe a couple extra bucks in revenue. But that's just, that's media, in general. So, yeah, the drama just, it exists. I feel like I'm jumping all over the place. But the drama exists. It's existed before. Again, the whole fake copyright strike. Was that this year? Was that last year? Darren, when was I taking pictures with Tuco fucking Viper? Was it this year or last year? Wow. No, never sell your integrity. And I want to say this. I just want to say this, dude. Anyone that sends fake copyright strikes, you're a piece of shit. Just in general. Anyone that makes up lies about somebody else, you're a piece of shit. That's just me. As I said, I have strong opinions. I don't need everyone to like me. That's something that a lot of other people have an issue with. They need acceptance by people. I don't. Archangel Michael Mars. Yo, punk salutations. In my opinion, I think you're the genuine article and positive energy source for the community. Stay the course and stay frosty. Thank you very much. And I'll just, for me, I'm just going to be myself. I'm honest. I've been honest to a fault. Sometimes I say things I probably shouldn't. And that's something I need to work. Even at 50, something I still have to work on. There's a guy, that I used to skate with. I haven't skated with him in a while, but I didn't like him. He seemed like a follower. And I got to know him and started skating with him and became pretty good friends with him. And I told him, I said, hey, I didn't like you before. I couldn't stand you. And he was just kind of like, why are you telling me? I'm like, I just feel like you should know. Like, if you ever felt like I didn't like you or there's there's something, like, I really didn't like you. And I was wrong in how I judged you, right? And it's not something I needed to say. He didn't address it to me like, I never thought you liked me. Like, it was just something like I felt I needed to tell him. I probably didn't, but for me, that's the type of stuff I didn't need to, and I probably should. I need to hold certain things back. You hear a lot of women. Sorry, I'm about to offend women. That will say, I just tell you what's on my mind. No. You're saying something to be mean. There's a huge difference. You didn't need to say that, but you were trying to hurt my feelings or someone else's feelings. So what you said, there was some truth to it. You just are using the whole, I'm just so real that I have to tell you. No, there are a lot of things that I don't tell people. There are a lot of things I don't tell people. Because not everyone needs to know everything, right? Not everyone needs to know what goes through this fucking mind, for many reasons. for many reasons. And probably you guys could all say the exact same thing. I'm no different than any one of you, right? I mean, maybe more boisterous, but let's be honest. Action Joe Figs jumping in here, saying hi to Ed, ignoring me and my birthday, but that's fine. Allison says, I told my ex-brother one time. Wait, I told my ex's brother one time, hey, if you ever thought I didn't like you, you were right. I never did. I never will. When you die, I'll throw a party. See, I won't throw a party because there's a lot of effort. Listen, there is someone that recently said someone should go fucking kill themselves. I think that is absolutely wrong to say something like that on YouTube. Whether it's in jest, but just because you don't like them, you may not really mean for it. YouTube does not like that type of stuff. And that's the type of stuff that can be reported. Probably should be reported, to be 100% honest. It wasn't at me. But I will say this. There are a lot of people that I don't really care for. And again, things you might say in private, you don't say out loud because it shows your character. And I keep saying, hey, let someone show you who they are and then believe them. Other people, they don't. Oh no, he said he's sorry. How many times can that fucking person say he's sorry before you realize he's not sorry? That's who he is. And what do we have here? And but quickly, let's just throw this up.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta understand, man. I never even saw these assholes before.
It's David Stoker saying, hi, new subscriber and first time watching your live. I'm just starting my G.I. Joe collection. After 50 years, I found you. Love the content. Thank you very much. Definitely appreciate. There's a lot more to go. There's a lot more that you'll get to see. Hopefully you stick around. And again, what you see is what you get. And you found me on my 50th birthday. Like literally, this is my 50th birthday. So thank you very much. Michael, also got to go. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for jumping in here. It's great. Again, 55 people watching right now. I think we had 90 people watching it at some point during, and that's pretty good for not really having any news to really talk about. I know there was some news, but there wasn't anything that I wanted to spend my time. I don't want to spend my time putting shit together in a in the slideshow and everything. So and Thomas says, a happy 50th, brother. Thank you very much. No, seriously. But yeah. And Todd C says, only Viper Alex can tie a troll email and a parody from two separate people and make it about his son so he can dox someone. It's so weird. Like, it's so weird. Like, again, I can't say that I agree with what Destro did. I didn't watch the video. I find that stuff more cringe than me using the word cringe. So I don't watch it. And again, I said the same thing about all my friends, the guys that I talk to on a daily basis, Tony, Ed, Matthew. One of my I don't know if it's a fault or I have to defend things for how I see them for real, not for how I personally feel about it, right? I personally may not like you, but if somebody does something that is, in my opinion, just wrong, I'm going to say that they're wrong. there's nothing that I can think of really that bothers me more when it comes to the toy tube world than I having to defend somebody that I just personally cannot stand. But when I see that something is done wrong to them, like it's unjust, then I'm going to say, dude, you're wrong. You are wrong for like, there's so many other things that you could do. There is no reason to do this. But it's really weird to see him dox Destro, because it's like two wrongs don't make a right. Wolverine jumping in here saying happy 50th. Hope it's a great year for you. I hope so too. Thank you very much for that. 3-star says it's my birthday. I ain't doing shit. It's kind of how I feel. I will say this. So I mentioned another guy that did a whole video. Someone else brought this up, and I laughed because I'm like, yeah, I thought that was funny too. Someone else did a video, and this is what I'm talking about. There's no reason to do another video about two other people, but two other people having drama. But in this video, and I don't remember the guy's name, the Gooch, that's who it is, the Gooch. He did the video. I just remember because it had nothing to do with toys. The Gooch reminds me of something to do with I don't know, like some like grease or something. But he did the video, and he was talking about how Viper Island doxed Destro and how wrong it is. The whole time he has the information right up as a screenshot, and I'm like, yeah, dude, like you're doing it right there, so you might want to rethink that. Action Joe Fig says that's why I avoid drama on my channel and just show off my collection. As a famous YouTuber once said, we need to create a circle of positivity. Man, how do I address that? I agree. I completely agree. But at the same time, at times you do need to discuss what's happening. And one of the biggest things, and I was trying to say this earlier and I got sidetracked. Shocker there. You know, sometimes when you address something, somebody will take it as you are starting drama with you, and now they have to make a video. I can say someone's name about something that they said and it not have to be something negative. And somebody could also, retort and say, hey, you know what? I heard what Punk said about, I heard what Punk said about my opinion on this, and I have to disagree, and this is the reason why. Like, that's a back and forth conversation. And a lot of people I know have a hard time with that. There are certain people that are on YouTube that if you mention something negative about their toy line, they are going to have something to say. And it's like, you're a toy maker. If I cannot say what I feel about your product without you coming back, hurling insults and attacking me or whoever it was, then why would anyone want to buy your product or review your product? They're just going to give you the, oh, this was fucking great, because they don't want to be attacked. Again, drama exists everywhere. I wish it didn't exist in here, but it does. And when you're one of those people that's like, fuck, I wish sometimes I just couldn't say stuff. And I can say my whole life I've just been one of those people that I'm going to say what I think. Cal Shave says, does this mean the shipwrecks were a Christmas present and the flag was a birthday present? No. They were all Christmas presents. My dad always made sure that Christmas and birthday were separate. And when people wanted to combine them, I can remember my dad saying, "You are not combining them. He is not. We're not going to combine him having a Christmas and birthday because you don't want to come back around for a birthday. I come around for your kid's birthday in July or June or whatever. You're not going to do that." And I've told the story that when I was 16 or 17, I forget, 16 or 17, I got a new Burton snowboard for Christmas. And the problem was the boots that I was wearing were these just Sorel waterproof boots that I was wearing with my Sims board. They weren't actual snowboard boots. I had gotten Burton boots that went with it. They were for my birthday. I went snowboarding on the 27th. My dad would not let me, even though I went there and got them and everything, he would not let me wear them because it was not my birthday yet, so I wasn't allowed to have them. I don't think he realized how bad the boots were. But yeah. And Archangel says a wise man once, and again, I never claimed to be a wise man. But again, and everything doesn't everything have to be a video in 2026? Almost. No, Archangel, you're absolutely right, and that's why you see a lot of wonderful channels that say very little or nothing about the stuff, and that's great. And I wish I could. I guess I choose not to. But I try not to go out of my way to start the drama. I'm not going to be one that's going to shy away from it. And I think it's always been my biggest thing. It was brought up. I knew it was going to be brought up. I can't express how I would never have seen it had numerous people not messaged me about what happened over on Viper Island. And that he prominently showed me, never saying my name, but obviously insinuating that these guys don't know what they're talking about and they're passing information. I forget how he said it, but he was insinuating that I gave the information to Scott, which I did not. And same with when Ninja mentioned me. And again, I'm not saying he said anything bad or anything good. He mentioned my name, referencing that I made a comment on Geek Fusion's video. I would never have known because I really don't watch Ninja stuff. I would not have known had not numerous people messaged me to tell me that he had mentioned me. And it was weird because numerous people mentioned me and numerous people said, he seems to really have a high opinion of you, and he seems to really respect you. And then other people said, man, he was taking shots at you. And you're like, okay. Once again, it all goes to how things are read. But yeah, it's definitely one of those weird things, right? I've done numerous reviews where people tell me I'm a shill and that I say everything is great in that same video, the same comment someone says, all you do is talk about how bad this is and that you hate everything. And you're like, wow, you guys need to read the comments because one person is telling me the exact opposite of what you are. My buddy's custom jumping in here. This guy's name is Lawrence. He does spell it the proper way, but he doesn't go by Lawrence. He goes by my buddy and me. My buddy and me. I don't know why I just sang that, but that's what you get. Action Joe Fake says, I only own 4 G.I. Joe classified figures, and 2 of them were gifts. I didn't grow up on ARH. Joe's a real American hero. I like that people shorten it too, but man, I hate when people say ARA. A real American hero Joe's, so there's no connection to them. I'm primarily a 1/6 scale collector, 60s to 70s Joe. No, and you know what? That I've said it before. I think we all know. I think we all know that right now. the 6-inch scale is, I mean, it's what people want right now. And because there's that battle between the 118 scale and the 112 scale, and people say, 118th is dead. It's not. It's not a dead scale. There is room for it. People want their either modern 4-inch or the 3.75 figures. And there's also a place for the 112 scale. I'm sorry, the 1/6 scale, 12-inch figures. And I'm surprised at how many people are they're so mad that a different scale exists. Like something doesn't have to be huge. And it makes me laugh because it's like they discontinued the Dodge Viper. And how many people go, dude, why would you discontinue that? It is the American muscle car. Well, not that many people want it. Well, not that many people can afford it. Just because there's not a huge want for it doesn't mean there's not a spot for it in everything. In the cars. And 1/6 is the exact same way. Just like people that don't like Moto Origins. I don't like that 5.5 scale. Cool, but there are people that want it. And there are people that are definitely going to enjoy it. But yeah, it's one of those. There's a spot for everyone. And I'm glad that you, and I know you come here probably because you heard Ed or probably saw me on, Ed's channel. So you're like, hey, you know what? I'll give this guy a shot. But I'm glad that you're here because it's not something that I cover, but I'm glad that like at times, and I try not to be a G.I. Joe channel. It is the meat and potatoes of everything, but that's what I keep saying. Like, I'm not a G.I. Joe channel. I mean, look, Skeletron, Master of the Universe. My logo is fucking a skateboard logo. Oh, even behind me, there's a lot of Joes back there. A lot of Marvel Legends, actually. Action Joe Figs say, I do own many Valorverse figures because I like the price point, and so far the figures I own have been solid along with the weapons. Not saying they're perfect, but I like them. And again, I don't collect Action Force anymore. I used to, and they were good figures. I had no problem with the actual action figures. That is not my issue. It's David Stoker says, I started out 1/6 scale, but I found that I love the 1/12, and 1/6 is so freaking expensive. I really do think the 1/12 is the perfect scale for us old guys. When it comes to 1/6, I don't think you can do as good a photography because they are so big and you can see so much. But the 1/18 or the 1/12 scales are big enough for us to see, can get wonderful articulation in it, design on it, and then you get to the 1/18th and you can get the same detail, but it's harder to get as many good shots. They don't stand nearly as well. So there's a lot of different stuff like that. Spec says the Dodge Viper is a Halo car. It's never been meant to be in production, and definitely it comes and goes as needed. I mean, it was in production for quite some time, and then they finally discontinued it. I love the car. They're only making like 104 like a year, if I remember correctly. Not far from me. Action Joe says, nostalgia is what does it for me. I own several hundred G.I. Joe, Action Man, Falcon, 21st Century, etc. There is room for everyone. Thanks for no, and that's exactly it, man. Like the fight between 118th and 112 is as fucking ridiculous as the toy tubing fucking drama. It's as ridiculous as the toy tubing drama. Because it's like, just because you don't like something doesn't mean I have to not like it. Or just because I like something or dislike something doesn't mean you should. I don't really care for Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Actually, you know what? That's a bad analogy because I don't dislike that. I don't like Ghostbusters. I don't mind the movies. I don't like Ghostbuster toys. I don't like Power Ranger toys. Doesn't mean that there isn't a spot for them. It doesn't mean I should dislike the collectors or, be like, Hasbro shouldn't waste their money on it. Well, is Hasbro going to make money from it? Because if they are, then there is a reason. Wow, Specs says fuck Power Rangers. Specs says Power Rangers. Specs says fuck Power Rangers. Coming up tomorrow on Circle of Jerks, Spec will bore us with talk on Transformers. They just discontinued the high-end car, probably because of how much. Again, it wasn't meant to make money. It was meant. Dodge Viper was meant to beat the Corvette. That's what it was. It was meant to beat the Corvette. They wanted to roll up to the ZR1 because ZR1 was out then. They wanted to roll up to any Corvette and fucking blow it away. If you remember, the original Viper did not have a roof or windows, and I don't think it had air conditioning either. They created a V10 engine. They could have used. Now remember, they could have used the Lamborghini V12 because they owned Lamborghini at the time, and they said no, we want an American muscle car. So they could have used the V12 5.7 liter that they used in the Diablo. And they said, no, we want an 10-cylinder, 8-liter V10 that, not that it has 400 horsepower, but it was, I think, pulling 405 torque, which at that time, and it had giant fucking tires. And they're like, this thing's just going to go fucking straight line. And that's exactly what it did. And then they didn't realize so many people would like it. You talk to people that have driven them, that have owned them. They talk about how hot it is inside of it. The pipes are right next to it. They said the heat wall was awful between the engine. That's all it was meant to do. It was meant to go straight and then stop. Same with the Hellcat. The Hellcat, and especially the what was the other one that had produced like 800 horsepower. That one was literally a drag strip. They do shit like that. But it is the best looking car ever made, in my opinion. Okay, my opinion. It was just awesome. So 3-star says, I'm still sad over the Prowler not getting the V10. It would not have fit. You could not have fit a V10 in the Prowler. Now, what they could have done was at least put a turbo or a supercharger, but they also had this 4.7 V8, or did they have a 4.0? I think they had a 4.0 that's never used V8 that they could have dropped in there. But the 4.7 probably would have fit in there because they did have some extra room with the 3.6. But and then never would have worked. Gia Jetman says, Punk, I gotta go. Great show. Night, everyone. Have a wonderful night, and I'm sure I will see you tomorrow over on the Circle of Jerks. Which, if you're not watching the Circle of Jerks, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, Toy Optics has been here almost the whole time. The Prowler had a sad, cheap interior and no stick shift, and it had a sad engine. It had that sad 3.5 engine. Did they make an EV Dodge? No. I feel like Michael Scott. No. God, no. All right, Stanley. So you got a pack day trip tomorrow to visit my parents. Have a great night. No, the Viper, and I think Todd C is making a joke. The one thing that I will say that I feel like they pigeonholed them, and now we're talking about Vipers. You could never not have a V10 in it. It is iconic to go with that, just because that's exactly what was meant to go into that thing. That's why the hood is so fucking long, and it has to be a big one because they also went up to they went to 8.4. Then I think they dropped down to 8.3 liter. David saying, "Good night, Punk, and best wishes for your for you on your day." Thank you very much. Have a great night. No, you're right. The last few Vipers, the generations, they got better. When they decided to put a roof on them, as much as I love the idea of like, hey, this thing's a powerhouse, there's no fucking roof and no windows. You got to put this canvas shit on there if it starts raining. Good luck. It's really cool, except for then you realize like, I kind of want to lock the car up. And then when they went to the GTS, and if you watch stuff, if you read stuff on the early GTS, and I know you're a car guy, I was really into like the cars back in like the mid and late 90s. They talked about the GTS Viper, and they said how powerful it really was. It had 450 horse, I believe, at the time, but they said the way that it handled, it blew the Le Mans away. That was the GTS-R, actually, I think. But they did the ACR. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. The ACR, was it GTS-R or ACR? They talked about like it shattered all kinds of records on, I think, the Le Mans track. But yeah, no, see, okay, so right, see, Tripwire says I like the new vets, but they seem to be built like shit. I hate the new vet. Someone once said, and I cannot, I can't agree with this anymore. The new vet looks like a kit car for an exotic car, like a foreign exotic car that was a kit car. I don't like it. And I understand what they did to make it faster. They made a mid-engine. Corvette should not be a mid-engine. Now, again, you can go all the way back and be like, well, the original Vet wasn't even a V8. It was a straight 6. You know, the 53, I think, through 56. I think the 57 was when they finally gave it a V8. Could be wrong. But I know the 53 didn't have one. But for the longest time, it's been an 8-cylinder. It's a front engine. It should be a front engine car. It should not be a mid-engine. You know, mid-engine to me, those are, you know, exotic cars. And I don't have a problem if GM wanted to make one, but I don't think it should have been, I don't think they should have done it. Toy Optic says, that said, I've never really had a desire to own a vet. I haven't either, but there are some vets I really like. I like the early 90s vets. I love the flip around lights. Not the A-Team vet. That style, when they rounded it out, I liked that. That was like the early 90s vets, like the ZR1. I liked them a lot. And then I have liked them, but I love the flip around lights. There's something really cool about it. I always like flip up lights, but the flip around lights when you saw it was really cool. 3 Star says the new body style mid-engine vets look awful, like a Lamborghini fucked and that's exactly it. It looks like a kit car that's supposed to be like a Lamborghini, yet they just did. It doesn't look that good. You know what I mean? And I know they're fast. So before anyone comes in and says, "Do you know how fast they are?" Like, yeah, they're fucking really fast. And in all honesty, you stick that V8 in the in the rear, and you have all that weight on the rear tires, and you're going to just take off. Toy optics. I'll take a Turbo Fiero redneck sports car. The Fiero was truly the poor man's Corvette. You ever see someone kick a hole in one? It's awesome. But yeah, I don't know how we got here. I told you I had nothing to really talk about. Archangel says, I love Camaros, but along with the Corvettes, those things are boats when it's raining, kind of all over the road. Well, anytime you get those rear wheel drives with that much power, you're gonna get that. I don't believe the Challenger or the Chargers were any different. And I know Spec earlier said something about the Charger being a making an electric car. I think that was a mistake. I know the government was mandating certain things, but the Charger, first off, I think they made a mistake because they made a 2-door Charger and a 4-door Charger. They should have kept the 2-door named the Challenger and then had the 4-door still the Charger. But they don't have the V8 anymore, but they have a 6-cylinder dual turbo or twin turbo that produces 550 horses. It just popped up. I must have said Charger, and Facebook was like, "Hey, would you like to buy a Charger?" No, I live in Michigan. Is it the Hurricane engine? And it seems wrong, but 550 horsepower from a twin turbo, a twin turbo 6-cylinder. And when you look at the original Viper, it had 400 horsepower, and people thought that was absolutely crazy. My Dodge Journey has, I think, 285 horsepower out of the 6-cylinder. The same 6-cylinder that when they put it in the Challenger and the Charger, I think it pushes like 310, which is a good engine. But just to think, like those 90 Firebirds and Camaros, they were pushing 275 horsepower, and I have this Dodge Journey, which is a station wagon. It has 285 horsepower stock. It's one of those things where you're like, wow, things sure have changed. And it's like computers, leaps and bounds. And Spec says technology has made lighter, smaller, and more power. Oh, yeah. Again, it's no different than computers, man. Like, you look back at what we were getting in the late 90s, early 2000s compared to now, with computers. Now you look at cars, same thing. I look at our copiers, and it's like, I see people that have 10-year-old copiers, and like, has anything really changed? And you're like, yeah, there's a lot. Jake Anderson says, my Kia has 1 pony power. I hate that fucking Kia commercial here, Jake. I'm just saying it. Scummit plays Kia. You should be driving a Kia. No. Sorry, if you don't live in Michigan, you don't know the Kia commercial. It drives me nuts. All right, I made it to midnight. I didn't think I was going to make it that long. Toy Optic says, and for as much of a car person as I am or was, I'm not getting rid of my teal for anything unless Alfa Romeo puts out a worthwhile EV. Fuck you and your EV. I just want to say, this is what you get in real life, Ronnie. This is the type of shit he does when I met him at Joe Fest, that he just throws out these little shots. It's absolutely awesome. Quickly, Archangel says, somewhat off topic. There's no fucking topic here. Does anyone think Classified can make G.I. Joe Extreme characters figures cool? Now, I know the G.I. Joe Extreme. I couldn't tell you looking at them. This is what I will say. That team has found a way to make everything they do cool. They have made some of the worst looking characters look fucking awesome. So do I think that they could? Yeah, I do. Do I think they're going to touch Extreme? Probably not. At least not right now. I think they're going to be looking at Renegades and then hopefully the Energon universe, because that's really where they should be pulling a lot of their stuff from. So I guess we'll see. And believe me, off topic. I really didn't have a topic. Stiff Kitten says, happy birthday, Punk, for yesterday. Have a great week and all the best for 2026, everyone. And that's why I'm going to call it a night. It is midnight. It's no longer my birthday. Thank you to everyone that said happy birthday. Anyone that sent super chats. Definitely appreciate it. The new members, the memberships that were given, it is greatly appreciated. We'll have a Punk's Pit soon as we're getting directly into January. I did mention, I should probably tell you this week, I have Dr. Mindbender, the classic Dr. Mindbender review on Wednesday. The first 15 rankings of ratings. Rating the first 15 G.I. Joe Classified comes out on the 1st, and then Serpentor and the Air Chariot will come this weekend. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all. Please tune in tomorrow for the Circle of Jerks. After that, head on over to Ed, my moderator. Check out his channel. And then I think Pop Blender and Matthew will be doing their show at 10 p.m. We're really easy to find. If not, just send one of us a message. But anyway, you guys all have a wonderful night. And I'll see you tomorrow.